children dying? What about the children crying?
What about the kids?
Don't forget the children.
Tell them about the children.
What about the children crying?
Yeah. Digging, scratching, working, struggling, hoping. Some is hustling, every man hustling. Stay alive, that's the game. It don't matter if another gets slain. Pain, recession, other cats want a war, we got the weapon. People want bombs, so they gon' get them. This is the rhythm, the politics ticking. It's sad how we living in this life. It's gonna be a time that we change. Shit is not finite, life is the same. Motherfuckers killing each other to make a claim. Stop that bullshit, you have no respect for each other. You know the truth you come from your mother, your sister, your brother. So love one another. If we make that change, the whole world will do the same. So listen.
Only this one love. Every day the children dying. What about the children crying?
What about the kids?
Don't forget the children.
Tell them about the children.
What about the children crying?
I wish someone would tell me when is the suffering gonna stop. I see time ticking, fuck your watch. There comes a time when man steps to the plate, but it won't matter if your mentality is fake. Where I'm from, we got a system, overcrowded prisons, 2 cents an hour, man. Listen, shit don't change if we keep exploiting each other. One day you find out you only did it to your brother. A homeless mother, a baby, no supper. She got a husband and father, they both love her, but they can't find work cause the people with the power, they got a strange way to govern. Their price tags say nothing. Life is funny, then again it's really not. People dying for what other people got. I asked God if he can come and change the shit. He said, hell no, it's you that's gotta change this.
Every day the children dying. What about the children crying?
Orientation in this place we call Earth. Love from conception, from your mom, your birth. Pops planted the seed in the turf. From there, you must find out what life is worth. Grew up learning your do's and don'ts.
before working on your motor skills, working on your coordination, right? And orientation to what you like. The brand new thing, so gentle the soul we're capturing. In this distance, the alphabets the kids sing. They celebrate when it's time to go outside. As you get older, you learn to let all the troubles in your life just glide away. Stay focused, keep it smooth, keep you cool. Things in life can make it get rude. If you let it, don't let it. 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 If you let it, let it, let it, what? If you let it, don't let it, let it. If you let it, what? Don't let it. If you let it, don't let it, let it. Don't let it.
We got what you need, you want it. We know what you want, we got it. We know what you feel, you want it. We got what you want, you can have it. We got what you need, you want it. We know what you want, we got it. We know what you feel, you want it. We got what you want, you can have it. We embark on this journey through your soul. We wanna have a good time. We embark on this journey through your soul. We wanna have a good time. We do something that you know you can't deny. We're just slipping in and out on a journey, you and I, on a mission to salvation. Our spirit be our transportation. We think you'll do a little love and that is true. For real. We bring something that you know you can't deny. We're just slipping in and out on a journey, you and I. What? We got what you need, you want it. We know what you want, we got it. We know what you feel, you want it. We got what you want, you can have it. We got what you need, you want it. We know what you want, we got it. We know what you feel, you want it. We got what you want. Inherited from our harshest past, and better than our society's identity. But then again, can you tell me that's free? They explain to you what your mind should perceive, suggest things they want you to believe, like your skin color dictates your race. They're calling you an idiot to your face, like life is much more simple than that. We're all slaves and the cards are stacked, while we fight over problems we can fix. Industrialists turn our kids to addicts. The television does a job, introduce you. The radio's right there to seduce you, keep you locked on the wrong damn track. Cigarettes is just legalized crack. They want you to catch a damn heart attack. They want you to catch a damn heart attack. What? Stop believing in the flag, it's a trap. Cause men rule this world, that's a fact. They don't know, they don't know, but I'm gonna make it right tonight. They don't lie, they don't lie, but I'm gonna spit it like I know. They don't know, they don't know, that I'm gonna hit them with this shit. They don't lie, they don't lie, that you're gonna free your mind tonight, 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 tonight. That you're gonna free your mind tonight, 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 tonight. That you're gonna free your mind tonight, 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 tonight. That you're gonna free your mind tonight, 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 tonight. If you see a man that needs help, then help a brother. If you see a sister on her own, still love her. Cause life is about how you choose to see it.
but you gotta teach people how to learn to see it. The planet's been through suffering many times. We propagate many wars many times. The people need to wake up and stop accepting deceit from their own government's deception. You can't blame the people for needing protection from the government's bad reputation. We need to sing a song called Free the Nation, cause we done had a whole lot of separation. Racism, classism, nationalism, based on keeping people out on the plantation. That's the plan, no doubt, cause rich people got a plan, no doubt. If you still don't understand and believe that we are all one from the same mother, and respect each woman and man with the same consideration you would like to be given on a daily, then you need to retire so the new generation can take over and show you how to live and govern this place we call Earth home.
Everybody here, yeah.
They don't know, kid. They don't know. But I'm gonna make it right tonight. They don't lie. But I'm gonna say it like I know. They don't know. That I'm gonna hit them with this shit. They don't lie. That I'm gonna feel mine tonight. They don't know. That I'm gonna make it right tonight. They don't
Check.
lie.
Check.
They don't know. That I'm gonna hit them with this shit. They don't lie. That I'm gonna feel mine tonight.
1 2 1 2. Alrighty, yeah. So back at it again. Once again, it's Wednesday, the 10th June, 16:09 Central European Time. That makes it 12:09 noon Eastern Standard Time, America. We back at it again, yes. And in a little bit, I'm going to have my homeboy up here, Michael from Brooklyn. Y'all know him, and we're gonna get to calling we're gonna call some congressional members and try to catch some of them on the phone and see who answers the phone. Leave some messages. Yeah, we're going to. And as I said before, we're calling about this bill, and the bill is HR 8800, and it's the bill. It's the part that we're calling about. I think it's 224. Regarding Israel, right? And I have a little spelling error here. Yeah, and we're going to call that because they trying to have a military pact, a permanent pact with the United States of America, right? Where they are developing weapons with us. Let me see here. I spelled that wrong here on the live. Sorry about that. Okay, so now we got that working. Could see a film. It's to the city, and the night is pretty. That's two things then. All right, let's see here. Are we back? Where we at? Okay, let me go back. Let's cut this off. Sorry about that. Just getting the stream ready again. Okay, so we will be calling Congress. We will be calling Congress, and we are calling Congress about this bill that is coming up, and that's going to be voted on this month. Now, it just left the committee on the 4th, so like 1 week ago, it left the committee, and all Republicans voted in favor of the bill. All Republicans, they voted in favor to have a vote on the floor. Okay, and they're going to tell you like they're not in favor of it. But listen, AIPAC has been pushing hard for this bill. They have been pushing really, really hard for this bill. But 14 Democrats dissented, saying they don't want to vote on this. They don't want this to be a part of any military budget for 2027. And apparently Republicans believe it should be a part of that. You know, all Republicans, not one Republican dissented. So let me see here. One other thing. One other thing I need to fix here about this. This is let me see here. 2 seconds. Let me just get this fixed real quick. Totally out of the way. Okay, let me see here. We will stop. Okay. Military. Let me see here. Israeli military pact. Yeah, I would say permanent, right? Because it is permanent pact, and that's the thing. Once they get this going, it's going to reverse it. Could it's pretty sure these are the concerns that it could put the U.S. in danger, the U.S.'s own security in danger. Once this bill is implemented, trying to reverse it could put the U.S. Military, the U.S., the United States of America, in danger. So the question is, why are they trying to do this? And why is it that they're not making it a referendum to all of the people of the United States instead of trying to sneak it through on the floor? Because our Congress is on some bullshit. You know, our Congress is really on some bullshit. But let me pull the bill up so you can see what I'm talking about. This is the bill. This is the bill right here. HR 8800, National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2027. And inside of this, what the Republicans have done is they have forced money to Israel, they have forced a permanent pact with Israel, so they don't have to ask for money every year. Number one, that's one thing. They don't have to keep coming back and asking for money every year. It's going to just be permanent. Your taxpayer dollars is just going to flow to Israel. They won't even have to ask anymore. It's a permanent pact. And to reverse it could be very difficult. It's not that easy because the way they've written this law and the way that it is so intricate, right? It could put the U.S. in danger. Now, let me see here. I know I started the stream a little late. I'm sorry about that. I was cold. I was cold out. I had a long night, a long work day. And then I came back, had a long morning, and but now we at it. Yeah, madam, what's up? I see you there. I see you. Folks are coming in, and yeah, exactly, Westman. This is some insane shit. This is insane. Why? And let me see. While I'm waiting for Michael, let me see here. Bill details, right? This is the good thing. Don't tell me they didn't throw the details in here. One ticket. Let's see here. Look, they didn't even put the summary in here. How about all information except ticket? Maybe they have something in here. Let's see. Right? Look, here it is. This is what it is. Let me try to. Is there a way that I can actually make this bigger, the text? There is. That's good. Sometimes it's not possible. All right. So let me see here. National Defense Authorization Act, fiscal year 2027, to authorize appropriations for fiscal year 2027 for military activities of the Department of Defense, for military construction, for defense activities of the Department of Energy, to prescribe military personnel strengths for such fiscal year. And inside of this bill, they have put something called 224 in it that gives Israel permanent money, meaning they won't have to ask anymore every year, meaning this will not be needed. They won't need a vote from Congress to get money from the American people. What kind of bullshit is this? What kind of bullshit is this? And I'm trying to find a part where it says it. Now, bills last. I would really like, let me see it. And I want to get anybody up here who knows about this bill. This was sponsored by Representative Adam, right? So we're going to get that. It says Democrat Wyoming, right? But it has a part in this. Look at this. Ordered to be reported, amended by the yeas and the nays. 44 said that this should go to a vote on Congress floor. 12 And what's in it. The bill as it is okay. 44, see? And then 12 Democrats dissented. So that's a lot of Democrats because, Democrats aren't the majority, number one, even though this is a committee, right? But 12 dissenters is a lot for a bill. That's 60 people in there. So that means there's some Democrats that agreed, but they're not even showing you what's in this bill right here. And usually you have a draft, right? That's a co-sponsor. Now, but where's the draft at? Let me see here. I used to be really good at this, actually, reading these bills, browsing these bills as they are online, because I used to have to take a look. Let me see. Committee material. All right. Nominations. Alerts. Right. This happened on the 4th. Okay. You can't see what I'm reading. This happened on the 4th. All actions. Now, let me see. Let me just go to all actions here. Maybe that'll work. Actions overview, armed services, House committee. Okay. You know what's so funny? All right, I know what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna go back. I'm going to ask Gemini exactly how I find the part for Israel in here. So let me pull this up. Boom. And as you can see, we were already on this topic. Let me see here. What is it? Palantir. Here it is. U.S. Israel defense. See, you can see we were already on this bill today. And this is a real bill. And they definitely threw permanent money for Israel in this bill. Every American should be concerned about this. Like, they're saying that they won't even have to ask the American people for this, for money. Israel won't have to. This is going to become automatic if nobody does anything about it. And look, there are the United States, like, we've supported Israel for quite some time. So the United States has always been pro-Israel, right? We've always been pro-Israel as a nation. Our tax dollars. That means no matter who you are, if you're a bus driver, part of your tax dollars has been spent supporting Israel, right? Even if you're a teacher, what else? If you're a truck driver, right? It doesn't matter what kind of job you have. Part of your money, I think they say something like $50 a year of every American, taxpayers' money goes to Israel. I believe 50. Don't quote me, but it's something like that. But $50 is substantial. But in any case, that's how much aid we give them. There's 350 million Americans. So you do the math. $50 from each working one. Obviously, 350 million don't all work. Some of them are too young to work. This kind of thing. Some are too old to work. But you get what I'm saying. But yeah, look at this. Specific vote on Israel integration clause. Hours before the final 44-12 vote, Representative Ro Khanna introduced a specific amendment to strike the U.S.-Israel integration section out of the bill. Somebody threw this in. This is not normal, right? Someone tried to throw in a permanent thing for Israel, right? That specific amendment was defeated by a voice vote. So they shot down Ro Khanna. Ro Khanna requested to remove it, and 44 Republicans said we want it in there, and 12 Democrats said no, we don't want this, or we're not going to support it. Where lawmakers just call out A or nay, so it was a verbal vote, and so they don't write down who did this. You see, which is also sneaky as hell. You see what I mean? It's a bullshit way to do it. You talk about giving Israel permanent money so they don't have to go to Congress every year. You see what I mean? Congress doesn't have to ask the American people every year. They want to make this money permanent, yo. Permanent. And it's even deeper than that. Israel is going to have access to U.S. technology. What do you call it? Security information. Loads of other shit. Like, seriously, without asking. It will become the transfer of information. Technology will become permanent. Pretty much. Once the amendment to remove it failed, Section 224, so it's Section 224 that we're looking for, remained locked inside the broader bill, which officially advanced to the full House floor. Okay, so they have to vote on it. They're going to vote on it in like 1 week from now. So let me see. Let me put this in here. while I wait and see who else comes in here. All right. How do I find the text of the bill and the section 224 in the bill? Right? Let's see here. Big up to everybody in this stream. I know it's a little, I don't normally stream at this time, but it's important. We had to do it early because we want to call some congressional members live. Yeah. So let's see here. I'm going to try to find it. 2 seconds. I got my little latte here. Okay, search bar at the top, HR8800. I got that. Did it already. Click the link for the bill. It appears in once you are on the bills page, look for the text tab. Okay, so let me go here. Once you're on the bills page, look for the text tab. I thought I already did that. View text. All right, we did that. You will see a list of versions. Look for the version labeled reported in-house. Okay. Aha, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Can we listen to it? Let's listen to it, and then I will pull the text up too. Thank you very much. Here it is.
There is one version of the bill. Text available as XML/HTML. Download XML, 4 kilobytes. TXT, 3 kilobytes. PDF, 238 kilobytes. PDF provides a complete and accurate display of legislation and law texts. For some legislation and law texts, USLM is available in BETA. For more information, see a ref =help/legislation text number sign text formats target =blank about legislation and law text /a. Shown here, introduced in House, May 13, 2026. 119th Congress 2D session. H.R. 8800. To authorize appropriations for fiscal year 2027 for military activities of the Department of Defense, for military construction, and for defense activities of the Department of Energy, to prescribe military personnel strengths for such fiscal year, and for other purposes. In the House of Representatives. May 13, 2026. Mr. Rogers of Alabama, for himself and Mr. Smith of Washington, introduced the following bill, which was referred to the Committee on Armed Services. A bill to authorize appropriations for fiscal year 2027 for military activities of the Department of Defense, for military construction, and for defense activities of the Department of Energy, to prescribe military personnel strengths for such fiscal year, and for other purposes. Be it enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled. Section 1. Short title. This act may be cited as the National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2027. Title I. Procurement. SEC. 101. Authorization of appropriations. Funds are hereby authorized to be appropriated for fiscal year 2027 for procurement for the Army, the Navy and the Marine Corps, the Air Force and the Space Force, and defense-wide activities, as specified in the funding table in Section 4101. Title II. Research, Development, Test, and Evaluation. SEC. 201. Authorization of appropriations. Funds are hereby authorized to be appropriated for fiscal year 2027 for the use of the Department of Defense for research, development, test, and evaluation, as specified in the funding table in Section 4201. Title III. Operation and Maintenance. SEC. 301. Authorization of appropriations. Funds are hereby authorized to be appropriated for fiscal year 2027 for the use of the armed forces and other activities and agencies of the Department of Defense for expenses not otherwise provided for operation and maintenance, as specified in the funding table in Section 4301.
Alrighty. So what? Okay. Okay. So hold on now. How do I get to the part where it says, okay, text, PDF? Okay. So they don't list the whole thing here. Title 1, procurement, right? What's going on here? They don't have the whole damn thing. Okay. So let me go back. What does it say? Okay, the tab, you will see the list of versions. Look for the label reported in-house. This is the version that includes changes made by the committee during the markup. How to find section 224. Once you have the text bill open, okay, find command on your, okay, so look, so I see, I have to literally go to the text right here. Either that, or I have to go, here it is. Okay, maybe I need to go to the PDF version. Let me see. Maybe that's better. I know how to operate the PDF, but let's see here. Is it that? Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Now. Okay. I need to say, how do I do that on a Mac? Control F. Okay. Or Command F. Okay. Command F on the Mac. So let me do that. There we go. You can't see it, but it's there. I see it. And now I'm supposed to put, when I say Command F, I'm supposed to put section 224. Yeah, baby. Okay. Or SCC dot 224. So let's go here. Okay. And then it didn't do that. So let's go back. Put a section sec dot 224. Let me see here. Okay, that is weird. That's not coming up. Okay, I can go to section 224 on myself. Let me see if this also. Yeah, here we go. So let me blow that up for folks too. You can't see that part, but in any case, once I get to the part, I will find it. So let me see here. How come it doesn't allow me to do that? It's common for the text to be divided into multiple files. Files or chapters are easier to read. If you do not find a section immediately, look for the table of contents. All right. So let's do that. Let's look for the table of contents. Let me see here. We can go back now. I will make that smaller again. Sorry about that, y'all. All right. And again, this is, for people that don't know, this is, here it is, HR8800. Right. This is the defense bill that's going to hit the floor for next year. And inside of it, it has permanent money for Israel, meaning that Israel does not have to ask for their money. And it has other things that in it about Israel. They give them access to U.S. top secret information, military information without asking. It makes them, it creates an area where there's just general. They don't have to ask for certain information anymore. They don't have to ask for money anymore. They get access to military tech and some other things. Now, section 224, well, title is this. Let me see one other thing here. If I go back to this, give me a second because I just opened it up. So I need to orientate myself, y'all. So what, is this the right one? Okay, here we go. Research development. You know what? What's so interesting is, do I have the right text? I open that one up. We go down here. This is the actual bill. No, this is more bills. Let's go back. This is funny. This is funny. This is the site. It should be here. Maybe am I doing something wrong? All actions. More on this bill. Yeah, then it says contact member. But okay, hold on. Did it say something about text there too? All information except text. All right, let me go back. Let me see anything else here. I'm going to find it, so don't worry. Now, let me just go to the text then. Maybe that's how I have to do it. Maybe it's not in the PDF. Now, if I go like this, yeah, okay, I could do it that way. So, dot. Oh, maybe I typed it wrong. 224. No, I don't see anything in. It doesn't go to 224. It's Wait. Okay, yeah, there's no 224. But this is the bill. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this in the chat for people. Let me know if anybody is up to check this out. What's up? Here we go. We're looking at this bill. And let me see. Tia says sign the petition, change the name of the street in front of Trump Tower. Okay, let me see. What's up, Tia? Yo, Tia, take a look at this. Tell me, can you find section 224 in this bill? Let me know if you can. Anybody else? There it is too. There's the bill. Now let me see. Let me go through this text. Maybe I'm doing this wrong, but this is the bill. Short. Okay. No. Oh, all. No, there's nothing else here. Why is it not on this page? Yo, why is it not here? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to copy this text. Hold on. This is 5. From when? Introduced in-house. No. So this is, okay, let me go back. I need to find, I want to make sure I got the right one. Introduced in the house. All right, so I'm going to cut this down. This is, let me open this up. All information except text. Why does it say all information except text? We want the text, and it keeps showing all information except a summary is in progress. So listen, y'all, they don't even, what is this? A summary is in progress. All right, I'm going to have to put this up here and see what it says. Let me go back while it's thinking. It's going to try to find the exact text somewhere. See how it's okay related. More options. Committee meeting, right? This is the committee meeting. It was introduced, yeah. Amended by, right? It says it was amended. This is the amendment we want. Actions overview. No. It keeps saying accept. It keeps saying accept text. Yeah, I'm bewildered by that. Now let me see what Gemini is saying. It's saying, all right, here we go. Okay. Oh, wait. It didn't get past that. It's common for the full updated text of the massive bill like the National Defense Authorization Act, NDAA, to take several days or sometimes longer to be professionally formatted and officially published on congress.gov. Following a committee markup, the summary is in progress. Note is a placeholder confirming that the library staff is still working on the official breakdown of the updated text. However, since you need the actual content of Section 224 now, you do not have to wait for the government summary to be finished because this is a high-profile provision. The actual text and structure of the proposal have been published by several policy and advocacy organizations that are tracking the bill. Where to find the text right now? You can access the specific language of the provision through these sources, which have published the text as it currently exists in the House Armed Services Committee version of the bill. APAC has it posted. Okay. APAC's official memo provides a detailed summary of what Section 222 requires and why they support it. A new policy legislation tracker. Okay, critical perspective. A new policy has published detailed breakdown. All right, so go to the tab search title often. Section 224 is not just buried as a number, but is part of the Title II Research Development Test. Okay, so if you search for the document for Title II, okay, so let's see here. Can I go here and say search for Title II, right? We go back. I'm going to also look for that. Let me see here. Let me go back. Okay. No, that's here. All right, so let me just try one. I got, it's interesting how tedious this is. But let me see here. It's just because I haven't been on their site in a while. So here, let's go to a newpolicy.org. And they're saying Section 22, right? So here we go. Boom. Summary Section 224. The chairman's mark of the NDAA establishes a new U.S.-Israel defense technology. Now, this is what is in the bill. New establishes a new U.S. defense technology cooperation initiative aimed at accelerating joint research, development, and integration. So this is 3 parts. Accelerating joint research. This means they don't have to ask every year to Congress, which means they don't have to ask the American people anymore every year. Development. That's another thing. That's working together to make things using taxpayer dollars, and they don't have to ask your permission of what to make and how to make it, right? and integration of Israel's origin. And jointly develop defense technologies into U.S. military systems and programs of record. Okay, you know what I want to do too? Let me see here. More tools. All right, so let me see. Okay, so U.S. military systems and programs of record. It directs the Secretary of Defense to designate and execute a formal, deeper cooperation and integration across the emerging and existing domains, including counter-drone systems, missiles and air defense, quantum computing, AI and autonomous systems, cyber and electronic warfare, directed energy, right? These are weapons and defense industrial-based co-production. You see that? Industrial-based co-production while facilitating pathways from R&D into procurement. This section requires regular reporting to Congress on progress and technology transitions and emphasizes the rapid adoption of Israel defense innovations to strengthen U.S. military capabilities and technological supremacy. Now, it's saying this section requires regular reporting, but they don't need your permission. It's just they're going to report. See how it's been done before, right? Just for people to know is that every year you have to come and not only report, you have to ask for permission to do things and get money. This supersedes that. There will be no more asking. You will be giving your tax dollars. Okay. And to reverse it is not as easy as it is to implement it. Okay. And we went over this before. This is what experts have been saying. You could actually put the U.S. in a security risk, even trying to reverse it once it's implemented. It is better to divert and not implement it at all, because normally we just ask every year and discuss and go over things, and then they appropriate the money. Congress. This is stealing the job from congressional members. This is going around Congress. You got to understand that. Like, they're move around Congress, where any elected official won't have a vote on this shit at all regarding Israel. Like, it's going to become permanent. Now look, within reason, right? Now, political pressure builds to reduce U.S. military assistance to Israel, Section 224 provides the framework for continuing and expanding U.S.-Israel military ties by entrenching Israeli technology within the U.S. defense supply chain in a way that would shield it from the annual appropriations process. It says it right here. I wasn't making this shit up. I read this yesterday. And, just in the newspapers, it's been out there. But the legacy media, CNN and video, on cable news, none of the cable news has talked about this. Like, so you got to understand that. That's very suspicious. Nobody, I've seen no legacy media cable coverage of this. And most Americans don't fucking read well, aren't looking forward to read. They rather watch a talking head like myself or Jesse Waters tell them what's going on. But at least I don't even think Jesse Waters is talking about this shit, Joe. Has anybody seen Fox News talking about this? I don't think Jesse Waters is talking about this at all. Jesse Waters is not. It's 224. It's 224, section 224. Yeah, I'm glad I took a look at that. It's section 224. Yeah. So let's go back here. You see, it's right here, 224. Boom. Yeah. Okay. So political pressure builds on to reduce U.S. military assistance to Israel. Section 224. I thought it was 244. Did I say 22? Okay. So 224 provides a framework for continuing and expanding U.S. military ties by entrenching Israeli technology within the U.S. defense supply chain in a way that would shield it from the annual appropriations process. That means they won't have to ask Congress every year for anything. Are you okay with that? Is that what you think is that what you pay your congressional members? Have the best dental care, the best health care. Their kids go to the best private schools. and you pay for that with your tax dollars, you don't think they should have to appropriate the money anymore? You think this should just go around them and go straight out the door? Is that what you think? That means you just become a slave to this shit, the taxpayer. Okay, that means, yeah, that's what this means. All Republicans in the committee voted for this. 14 Democrats dissented. That's a big number because it was only 60 people in the committee that could even vote on it anyway. You got to understand that. Okay, so 14 dissenters is a big number of 66 in total. Okay, but all Republicans, they all voted for it. So at least 14 Dems had the nerve to say fuck no. And since they only had to vote by hand, yays and nays, they didn't take names. So there's no record of which Democrats that was or which, but you can find out all Republicans. So we can just find out which Republicans said yeah. All right. So 2 seconds. The use of mass legislation must pass legislation as a NDAA as a mechanism to integration speaks to the plummeting popularity of continuing unconditional support for Israel. Yeah. The original text of this section is derived where HR 7540 and S 3855, the U.S. Israel Futures Act, Jackson, right, Republican, and Bud, who's a Republican. Jackson is a Republican of Texas, and Bud, who's a Republican of Texas, which direct the Department of Defense, DOD, to formalize deeper cooperation and integration. Yeah. So then they came up with this way of doing it into where? Into this HR 8800 bill now. Section by section analysis. Okay. Establishment. Let me see something. Can I do it like this? That's funny how it. Okay, here we go. Establishment. The Secretary of Defense shall designate and execute agent responsible for synchronizing cooperative effects between the United States and Israel to expand and accelerate bilateral defense technology research, development, testing, evaluation, integration, and industrial cooperation. The section would direct the Secretary of Defense to designate and execute AE to expand and accelerate deeper integration of Israel into the U.S. institutions. The EA would be solely focused on implementing Section 224 AE authority takes precedence over the authority of the other DOD component heads per DOD instruction 5101.01, meaning that the EA would be able to overrule determinations, that's orders in real time, determinations by other DOD agencies such as the Defense Technology Security Administration, DTSA, on Israel to access U.S. technology. Is this what American people want? Is this what American people are going for? Like, listen, I've supported, Israel defending itself. You're not even looking at a person that's been an activist out there. Really, I haven't been. I mean, I'm pro-Palestinian state too. Don't get me wrong. I'm what the United States agreed to. Two-state solution. That's what every American is supposed to be. Okay. But in terms of defense, yeah, I agree. Israel should be able to defend itself, but that doesn't mean it should be able to go around being judged and controlled by the United States in terms of the help that we give them. We should be able to judge and determine ourselves, the people of the United States, what we do, when we do it, how we do it, and if we want to roll it back. If we don't agree with their actions, that's our freedom. And that's our right, since it's our money. Okay. Keep in mind, Israel has universal health care, universal education. Yes, that means they go to school and get a stipend, get paid to go to school. Americans don't. But now this is going on. This is what American representatives is offering up for the fucking American people. Like, yo, you might want to go back and find out who Representative Jackson is and who Representative Bud RNC are. Who are these two people? You voting for these people? Because these people ain't voting for your universal health care. They're not voting for your security. Crazy. Okay. The appointment of the EA would replace direct congressional oversight with the supervision by Secretary of Defense. Congress won't even be needed after this bill is signed. Yo, are you out of your mother effing minds? There would be no congressional confirmation or ability for removal of an executive agent by Congress. This is insane. And here it is. This is the section right here. This is the language on 224. Section 224. It says, identifying jointly developed or Israeli origin technologies with operational utility for potential integration into U.S. state systems and programs. Meaning you'll be buying shit from Israel with your own money without you having any say about it. It's just, we buying this shit and we ain't going to ask you next year because next year you're going to be buying this shit again. You don't even need to decide what you buy. Hello? Sounds like highway robbery. Section 1 seeks to integrate American and Israel research and development programs by encouraging the direct use of Israeli manufacturing technology into the U.S. systems, including its military programs. What if Israel becomes an enemy of the United States? Have you ever thought of that? Do you think you have control over Netanyahu? Does Netanyahu act like he's under your control? Does he act like he gives a fuck what American people think? This would render the United States dependent on Israel's provision of such technologies, thus giving Israel a significant amount of leverage over future American policy and infrastructure. This would go beyond the typical bilateral relationship by significantly enhancing Israel's leverage through control of critical U.S. military supply chains, and may also inherently give preference to Israeli technologies over U.S. origin competitors. Whatever happened to America first? I'll tell you what happened to America first. Trump happened to it because it turned to America sometimes first, if we can do it that way, and if we need to overseas, to America last. That's what it turned into. And American people last. You're last with SNAP. You're last with healthcare. You're last with education. You are last with childcare. You are fucking last with a living wage. You are last. Now you're about to be last with this. And apparently Americans love being last. Americans don't have the same type of pride other countries people do. I'm just saying that. Mexicans have more pride in Mexico. Canadians have more pride in Canada. Okay. Danes have way more pride than Americans have of their own. Danes are very proud of their country. I mean, they're also realistic too. They know how to criticize politicians, but generally they display pride differently. Way different than this. They wouldn't even understand what the fuck this is about. You know what I'm saying? This is a sovereignty issue. This is a bleeding sovereignty issue. This shouldn't even be a matter of something you even trust to Congress. Are you out of your mind? This is supposed to be a public referendum, like how you vote for the president, even more of a referendum, because that's the electoral college. No, this should be one man, one vote referendum given across to every eligible voter across the country. This shouldn't even be left in Congress's fucking hands. You trust Congress? You trust some people that don't even want you to have universal health care? You don't even want you to have universal education? You trust them with your tax dollars like this? If you do, you a goddamn fool, yo. This is fucking crazy. This is some bullshit. And look, you can see it's only 10 people watching. You know that they're blocking this stream, yo. You know this stream is getting blocked. This is insane. This is insane. Oh well, who gives a fuck? Gotta do it anyway. Yeah, no option for me. Gotta do it anyway. Let me see. Did Bernie Sanders say some shit about this?
Dollars in contributions from APAC. Here is the political reality of today, a reality that we just saw yesterday in the election in Kentucky, when Congressman Thomas Massie, somebody who I have very little in common with politically, was defeated by $9 million in contributions from APAC and $7 million from Trump mega donors. And what was the great crime that Massie committed that gendered so much super PAC money in opposition to him? Well, he opposed the war in Iran, and so do the vast majority of the American people. He demanded that the Epstein files be opened, which is what the American people have wanted, and he refused, what a crime, what an outrage, to be a rubber stamp for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I will not answer. I think.
All right. So, yeah, that's what happened. I saw it happen also. But now let's go back. Here we go. A2, paragraph A2, ensuring collaborative research initiatives involving, am I a little hot? Let me see here. Involving, yeah, there we go. Involving government, private sector, and academic institutions in the United States and Israel is done in a manner that protects sensitive technology and information and the national security interests of the United States and Israel. Okay. I'm curious about that. I mean, okay, this provision would further entangle the defense supply chain of Israel and the United States across government, private, and academic sectors, which blurs the lines of territorial integrity. That's called sovereignty, political sovereignty. Yes, this is serious, yo. The provisions, anytime something deals with sovereignty, if you deal with it at all, if you want to just have that discussion, that should be a referendum to all the people. That should not be an issue of Parliament. Parliament should send it out to a referendum to all the voters of the country to vote. That's what this is. But they're not doing that. They sneaking in there privately talking about it. And yeah. I don't even know. I think Trump supporters are so fucking blind that they do anything Republicans tell them to do right now. Like you just heard, they just got rid of Massie and he's one of the few Republicans that made sure the Epstein files was released. He actually wrote the goddamn discharge petition. They got the fucking files. They got the vote on the floor, and they punished him for that. AIPAC punished him for that. Keep that in mind when you're talking about making these kind of agreements with Israel. Like, you have a likely Israeli intelligence officer running amok in the United States of America, possibly killing. I mean, he's alleged to have be a part of killing children, sex trafficking, extorting politicians to, you don't even know how many are even involved yet. They won't even release these files. And you're giving the same government that likely had that operation running for 3 decades on American soil, you're integrating with them? A hoe may as well integrate with their pimp, because that's what this is. This is the same relationship going on here. Excuse my language. This provision assumes that Israel and Israeli national security policies, right? This provision assumes that the U.S. and Israeli national security policies and objectives are inseparable, despite very clear current evidence, the Iran conflict, for instance, that they can be divergent, meaning their interests run different from the United States, often on security issues. You should be telling your relationship when you give so much money to Israel should not be a one of trust. It should be one of you tell them how and what to do with the aid and the weapons and anything you give them. It should not be a subordinate or equal relationship. They are supposed to be subordinate to the United States. This changes that. This changes that. Subsection A3 directs the accelerated transition of military technologies out of early stage research. Testing and experimentation and into a formal Department of Defense pathways for funding, buying, and fielding scale. Yeah, they're just going to get this money automatically. And you talking about billions of dollars. You're not talking about $100. This is not crackhead money. This is you had a baby with somebody and now you got to pay some significant amount of your income to them for the rest of your life money. That's what this is. This you get married and shit. Did you have a baby with Israel or something? Somebody had a Did you have a baby? What the fuck? Are you in love or something? Somebody got to see a relationship going on we don't know about? Because I don't. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is going on here? This is insane. The Pentagon says that Israel they have a security risk assessment of towards the United States of 5. That's the highest you can get. Even the Pentagon is saying you cannot trust them. They are spying on you right now. Like, what the fuck? What is going on with this? What's going on? Directs and accelerates transition of military technologies out of the early stage research, testing, and experimentation and into formal Department of Defense pathways for funding, buying, and fielding by targeting procurement and acquisition. Specifically, the provision is designed to move cooperative efforts beyond research dialogue and towards the actual adaptation of technologies into U.S. systems and programs of record. Once such transition occur, once such transitions occur, it will be very difficult for future administrations to uproot such technologies or agreements from major defense procurement programs, and indeed would make the DoD, Department of Defense, program executive offices and program managers advocates for the continued inclusion of Israeli origin technologies in U.S. systems. Sorry. Our capacity to develop is 1,000 times, 100,000 times greater than Israel's. Why? Because we have money to develop. Okay. Israel doesn't have endless amounts of money. And this is obviously some sort of scam here. Some kind of companies, private individuals, like this is not, whatever this is bad on multiple labels, on multiple levels. I'm sorry. It's bad on multiple levels. It's not just one, but at the very least, it makes the United States an equal partner with Israel. What the fuck is this? It takes them from being subordinates to integrated in our own fucking government, in our own defense. Like, what the fuck is this? This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Let me see something. Hold on. Let me check the, okay, here we go. Let me see. I think maybe let me try to see if I can get, Michael from Brooklyn up here again. I may have given the time of the stream incorrectly. I think I said 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but that didn't make any sense. Before in the same stream, I said 12. And so, yeah, I said 12 o'clock, and it is U.S. time. It is now 1 o'clock. So I came an hour late, and it's now 1 o'clock. So I wanted to get some representatives on the line, on the phone. So Michael's got the burners. So let's see if he can get out. As a matter of fact, let me do one more thing here. Let me do something else. Let me try to call real quick. See if he answers. I think I can do it here. Let me see here. I'm going to continue reading this. As a matter of fact, you all, I'm going to put this in the chat for anybody that also wants to know what I'm reading from. Here we go. Boom. Now let me see if I can grab Mike on the phone here. He's probably asleep, you know. Here we go. I'll go like this. Start call. 2 seconds, y'all. It's the middle of the day, so hopefully he's... Mike, you there? Yeah. Did I wake you up?
No.
Okay, we live, bro.
Yeah, all right, gotcha.
Okay, all right, peace. Yeah, so now Mike's on deck, so he will hop up in a second to the panel. And let me see if there's somebody else that wants to hop up to the panel too. Let me put the link out for people, if in case anybody has something they want to say about this. I think this is ridiculous, y'all. I think this is just too far. And at some point, Americans have to stop this bullshit. You know, I mean, really. And it's not personal about Israel. It's just that, goddamn, I mean, yo, you should be like hell to the fuck no about anybody. What is this? Who has this carte blanche deal? Business association, carte blanche, where it doesn't go to fucking Congress. Like, get out of here. This is ridiculous. American people can barely afford anything, and this is what their fucking Congress is up to doing. Like, they think you got unlimited amount of fucking money. You know, like, this is bullshit, yo. In fact, anyone who signed this bill should be fucking fired. Like, hold on, let me see. Which Republicans signed this bill to go to the floor? Let's just get all their names right now. They took a look. You're only going to know the Republicans. 14 Democrats dissented. No Republicans dissented. So you can know who the Republicans are because they're just all the committee members that are Republican. But you won't know who the Democrats are because out of 30, half dissented. So, and it was a vocal yay or nay. It wasn't a paper vote. It wasn't that kind of tally. You see? So they don't tell you the names in this way. Now, look. The vote to advance fiscal year 2027 National Defense Authorization Act, NDAA, to the floor of Congress to have a real vote, which contains Section 224 U.S. Israel Defense Technology provision, right? Out of House Armed Services Committee was a collective committee action, not a document that individual members signed. You see? So they don't know the names, but you can assume because no Republicans dissented. All you need to know is which Republicans are on this committee. Then you have all the names. 2026, the committee voted 44-12 to approve the bill and send it to the full House floor. Who voted on the bill? All Republicans on the committee voted in favor of advancing this version of the bill with 224 in it, which was forced in it. Okay? It didn't have to be in it. It was forced in it. This includes Chairman Mike Rogers, Republican from Alabama, who led the committee. The other members like Rep. Don Bacon, Republican from Nebraska, and Representative Pat Harrigan, Republican from North Carolina. How's North Carolina? How y'all living in North Carolina? Y'all doing well in Nebraska? You doing well in Alabama? Look at these. These are three states that shouldn't be bragging about the welfare of their people at all. Both of whom have spoken publicly about their support for the bill and the amendments they secured within it. They were joined by several Democrats, most notably Ranking Member Adam Smith. Right. From what is this? WA, is that Wyoming? Who voted to advance the bill. Now, why signing doesn't, okay, so look. See, you see here, it says 42, right? 42 to 12. 12 tally, right? So 12 dissented, right? So, and then it was, but they do know, let's see here. Let me see something. They're trying, okay, Massey, the floor, look at this. The floor amendment process, as mentioned previously, members like Republican Massey from Kentucky have indicated they may attempt to force another vote, specifically on Section 224 when the bill reaches the House floor. So you see, there's people fighting against this. But if American people don't support the people that are doing the work for you, you wouldn't even have the Epstein files if Massey didn't do it. And these motherfuckers didn't even support. They just voted Massey out of his own seat. What the fuck? What is he, from Colorado or something? You know, I'm like, what's up?
What's up? I was just getting everything ready. I'm gonna send a link through the chat that links us to the government website that has every House representative's phone number and information.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. I was just trying to figure out what members actually signed. Now, let me see here. Which Republicans, that's better if I just ask that. Which Republicans are on the committee, right? Committee, because obviously they had a voice vote, right? They had a yay and a nay. They didn't sign anything. There's no paper trail. So this is how you know all Republicans supported it. And I guess we're gonna pull up their names right now. And I do have this bill now, but the bill, it's not public. You know, it's not public right now because the actual writing, you know, I guess the grammatical errors or the exact legal wording is being worked on still. But people have already talked about it, and New Policy has done something. And then Israel, they also have a website where they mention why they support the bill. New Policy is opposed to it, and they're explaining some of the quirks in it and the things that just make it ridiculous. Let me put this in the chat too for everybody also to read. Negatives of the Israeli integration into USA bill. I'm just going to put it like that so people can also, you might, in case you don't have that one, you know what? Negatives. Oh, I will just call it negatives. Negatives, right? Because there wasn't enough space for me to write that. So let's see here. House Government Representatives, right? Okay, I see yours. Let me pull that up also. All right, so let me ask you a question. Who are the damn representatives? It doesn't say. Now that why is that so hard to just get Gemini to know? It can't just pull up all the names of the committee reps. It doesn't know who's on the committee.
That is a good question.
That's weird, bro. How do people not know who is on the committee? How about I just say that? Who is on the committee? Maybe I spelled it wrong or something. My spelling is not that great because we have Danish and English have the same words, but sometimes they spell a little different. All right, so leadership. Here we go. This is better. So we know the leadership is Mike Rogers. He voted for the bill. He voted for 224 to be in the U.S. defense bill. Funding Israel he wants it to be permanent, and he doesn't want Israel to be able to keep going back and asking every year. That's his motherfucking job. He's like, no, I don't want that job no more. Yeah, I'm tired of that job. We're just going to give it to them, and we're not even going to ask our constituents. This is bullshit. Ranking member, this shows you where education really applies to democracy. I know these people in Alabama don't know what the fuck that he did this. Do you think they know this, bro?
I mean, Alabama ranks one of the last in education, right? So I don't even think they respect their constituents to even, challenge this, right?
Bro, this is terrible, bro. Vice Chairman Rob Whitman from Virginia. How's the education in Virginia?
Virginia, if I'm not mistaken, it's more purple,
Yeah, it's
but
more
it should
purple.
rank in the lower as well.
Okay.
It ranks in the lower half of education.
And look, and then here's a Democrat. Ranking member Don Davis. Don Davis, you shifty, shisty dude. You love the money, don't you? Must be sweet, huh? What kind of car are you driving? How you living? Got the best health care? You got better health care than the average American, I bet, huh? You happy with that too? I guess so. No shame in the game. No shame there. Now, these are the majority members. These are the Republicans. Republicans all supported this. These people don't even want their own fucking job, bro. Like, how do you just say, I don't want to vote on this, on appropriations for a budget for Israel every year? I want to make it permanent. I want to make the taxpayers just give their money to Israel and integrate Israel's technology and their production of weapons. Just integrate that into U.S. production. Who the fuck does that? Look, these are your culprits here. 14 Democrats dissented. So that means 20, hold on. 12 Democrats dissented. So that means 18 Democrats supported it, right? 12 dissented, but all Republicans supported this. Joe Wilson.
All 44.
Yeah.
Yep.
South Carolina. Joe Wilson supported giving your money permanently to Israel. They don't have to ask you for shit anymore. They're going to be taking your jobs and your actual goddamn security your top security clearance information about weapons technologies, all of this shit. They just gonna have access to this shit. Joe Wilson thinks that. Mike Turner of Ohio. How does education rank in Ohio? Austin Scott, Georgia. Damn. I don't even like dissing states personally, but I'm quite sure education is that ranking. But it's not only about education. It's also about, there's just some people that operate with impunity, even having even in their own state that they have an education in. Look, because we know how that is. Look, Sam Graves, yep. Missouri. But here, check this out. Elisa Stefanik, New York. Mm-hmm. Scott Yales. Hold on. How do you pronounce that? Yales? Halles? Okay, I'm not okay. This sounds kind of French, Spanish mixture.
Could be Portuguese or Spanish.
Yeah, maybe Portuguese. Yeah, you're right. Okay, Trent Kelly, Missouri. Right? Is that Missouri or Minnesota? Yeah, that's Missouri, right? MS? No.
MS is Mississippi.
Yeah,
Missouri's MO.
Okay, Missouri is MO. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, and
MS is Mississippi.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for that. All right. So then there's Jack Bergman from Michigan. Damn, Michigan ain't even got clean water and shit. Oh, now that's Missouri. I'm sorry. That's Missouri. Then you got two from Missouri that's just all about that. I wonder how they living. Must be real nice. Ronnie Jackson from Texas. He doesn't care. How do you have a whole party that just gives this much fucking power to Israel? In inside of the U.S. Defense Department. How's that possible? These people, man, this is shameful. Pat Fallon, Texas. Carlos Jimenez.
Yep.
I like that name. Jimenez, you couldn't do Jimenez. Jimenez, you couldn't hold Jimenez's bottle top. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, Nancy Mace, South Carolina, Brad Finstead, Minnesota, Morgan Luttrell. Man, you give Luttrell a bad name, Morgan. God damn. Texas. I used to like that name, Luttrell. Yeah. Jen Keegans. Whatever, man. God damn. Jen Keegans, James Moylan, Guam. Okay, that's fancy. What is this? How do you have a name that just has Guam? What does that mean? Oh, this is this country. This is the state, Guam.
That's the state, the territory.
Okay. Oh, that's the territory, Guam. I'm sorry. Why don't they just have GU? I don't know.
And that is there. That is funny how
They
they
just put
abbreviate it.
just abbreviate the whole territory. Corey Mills of Florida, Rich McCormick, Georgia, Lance Gooden, Texas, Clay Higgins, Los Angeles. Louisiana. Is that L.A.?
L.A. Yep, Louisiana. That's Louisiana.
Derek Van Orden. That's a fly. That's an interesting name, Orden. I like that. That's a Nordic name. But he's from Wyoming, and he's for Israel not having to ask for any appropriations every year anymore. He wants to make it permanent, and you have permanent contracts with the Israeli industrial complex, military complex, permanent contracts, permanent secret sharing with the United States. That means they get access to your secrets. Permanent. Listen. Why doesn't Israel just become a state of the United States? Right.
I mean, at this point, but they would never acquiesce, right?
Right. They would never acquiesce. See, they don't want that. They want this side. This is better, getting the contracts without having to ask Congress. But do you want to be what Trump said Canada should be? Do you want to be the 51st state? I mean, some probably would go for it, but others probably wouldn't. Because why? Because they have a population in there that, they want full control themselves. They
want full autonomy. Yep,
full autonomy. So
because clearly we can't hold them accountable, right? We can't. We don't.
Mm-hmm. We never hold Israel accountable. They have carte blanche, basically. Yeah. Yep. Now let's see here. They're gonna have even more than carte blanche now. Now they're gonna have your job and shit. They're gonna have everything about you. John McGuire, Virginia. Pat Harrigan, North Carolina. Mark Messmer, Indiana. Right? Okay, damn. Up there in Indiana.
Indiana.
Huh, Mark? Derek Schmidt, Kansas. Jeff Crank,
Kansas,
Colorado. Abraham Hamada, Arizona. That's interesting. Okay, so these are the minority members. Now, all of these people didn't vote for it. So you got to understand, 12 said no, like it says here. You see? 12 said, fuck no, we not going for this. Okay, came entirely from the progressives or non-interventionist wing of the party, including those who vocally opposed Section 2024, like Ro Khanna and Sarah Jacobs. So they said no. So I don't know who the progressives are or non-interventionists are in this list. So we're gonna find out. Now, all right, so let's get back. So who we gonna call, man? Let's try to call somebody. Shouldn't we get to that?
Let's see. I mean, we don't have too many in the chat right now.
Oh, really? Okay.
But let's see who's from a more progressive state.
Oh, okay. We only got 15 watching right now. I think they blocking this stream, bro. I definitely think it is. That rarely
definitely could be suppressed.
Yeah, it rarely happens, but it does happen sometimes, depending on what you talk about. Right. This is impossible. But in any case, it could also be that the numbers on the backside are different. I've noticed that too. Yeah. Every once in a while that changes. But all right. So are there any suggestions for representatives that we should call? If you're in the chat, or if you're a person that's listening from your TV, put it in the chat. Let us know which representative should we call right now about this bill. And it's this bill we're talking about. HR8800, Section 224. We want to ask them, why are they giving Israel the right to have carte blanche money without asking the American people anymore? They want to make money, fiscal money every year sent out to Israel without having to ask Congress anymore. This is bullshit. So American people have to understand that this is what is in that bill. And there's a lot of people saying it. The experts are saying this, and it's not on legacy media. Legacy news is not even talking about this yet, which makes no sense. It makes no sense. Okay, James Talarico does. So you want me to call James Talarico? Look at this. Oh, so this person wants to lie, right? So there you have it. So we can't have liars. This person doesn't take things serious. So fuck you personally, Strong Flower. You're a bitch ass. Okay? This is a conversation only for adults. Okay? Even if you curse, you got to at least act like you care. Okay? But you can still hop up. Let me get you the Discord link so we can hear your voice, which you're probably too much of a bitch ass to do. So, but I'll put it in there just in case you want to prove me wrong. So here it is. Boom. You can hop your ass up now. No more chat for you today. Now you got to let people hear your voice. Right? That's it. Okay. So who should we call? Let's see here. Anybody suggest a name? You know what? Yeah. We must harass our congressman into removing Section 224. But apparently there's only, let me know, Strong Flower. Is there anybody else? Anybody else got any suggestions?
Eric Schmidt is being recommended.
Gary Daniels said no other Senate. No, it hasn't gone to the Senate yet. The Senate has a version 2. No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Eric Schmidt is what we're seeing here.
Yeah. Here. This is where it's at right now. See, it's only been introduced. It hasn't gone to the House yet. It hasn't passed. It hasn't gone to the Senate yet. Hasn't gone to the president, and it hasn't become law. So please get the facts straight so you don't confuse people, right? Yeah, that's not right. So I don't know why. Yeah. This is Eric Schmidt. All right, let's call Eric Schmidt. Should we try to find his number? Should I dig it up? Let me see here.
I'm looking for it now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Cool. Let's. You do that. Let's see here. Eric Schmidt. Eric Schmidt, why you do this, man? Let's see here. Does Eric Schmidt? Oh, okay. Well, I have to put his whole name in there. Let me try to see.
Okay, I pulled it up here.
Okay.
So his number is going to be 573.
Okay, you got the burner, right? Let me put it in the chat.
I do.
Okay, you said 573. Yeah.
Yeah. 573.
Mm-hmm.
514.
514. Yeah.
8680.
8680. Eric Schmidt. Did I do that right? Schmidt. And he's from where is he from? Is he from Texas? Okay, CH. I did do that wrong.
Missouri.
CHMITT. Okay. Yeah, let's try to call him. He's from Missouri. Did he sign this? Let's look.
It was recommended. I'm going to find out right now.
Okay. Yeah, let's find out. If you got it on speaker, let us know too. And you can ask him also. Ask him. Say you want to talk about that bill. You hope he's not in favor of it, of 224. Yeah. And you suggest that go to a referendum to all the American people, not to Congress. Because we don't trust Congress no more. This is insane, man. What is this? Is something Bill Gates speaks and testifies in the... Oh, really? Oh, goddamn.
He hasn't signed it into law, no. Wait, it's still working its way through Congress. So he's not one of them.
Okay. He's not one of them either, right? Okay.
Yeah, he was recommended, but he's not one of them.
Yeah, it's not every... Yeah. So it hasn't made it to Congress, but we want to know what people think about it in Congress, too. But we should also call... Let's start calling the people that did vote for this, though, right?
Yeah, that list. Yeah, we can use that list.
Yeah, let's do that, because that is... This shit is ridiculous, man. Wow. I'm shocked. I'm shocked about this. I don't know what to say, but here, this is what it is. These people are trying to sneak in money to Israel, where Israel doesn't even have to ask anymore about it. They don't have to get money, ask Congress for money anymore. If this passes, they will get their money every year, period, automatically from the American people without having to vote on it. So I don't know. Is Israel now the 51st state? No, they're not, because then they would have to listen to what Congress says. And right now they don't have to listen to Congress at all. You know, and if this goes through, they won't ever be listening to Congress again. You think you're frustrated with Israel right now? Why would anyone give anybody this type of agreement or attempt to? Like, This is crazy. This is crazy.
No, and I'm looking up Elise
Okay.
from New York, actually.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, do that. Madam is putting some names in the chat too, but I don't know if these are people that supported it. We should just start with the committee members on the Republican side, right? Or Democrat side too. We can ask them too.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
any representative, and
Yeah.
then we'll take it from either side just to be bipartisan, right?
Yeah, exactly. We need to start off with Representative Rogers. He's a Democrat. Oh, no, he's a Republican. He's the one who sponsored the bill. Yeah, so he must be heavy in APAC money. Let me find out how much APAC money he gets. How much money does Rep? What's his name?
Let's see.
Let's see here. Do. Oh, he's up for election right now, bro. Did you know that? Yeah, this guy's up for election this year. Mike Rogers.
No, didn't know that.
Yep. Yeah, and he's the one who sponsored this bill for Israel's integration into the U.S. Defense Department money and American people's money. Honey, coming out of your pocket without having to ever ask Congress again. Right now, they have to ask every year. This bill proposes that they don't have to ask at all, you know, and they just get that money. And they get more secrets, too. They get access to selling the United States weapons now, which means that if there's something we needed updated, they could halt our, ability to use weapons, ability to get more weapons. Like, seriously, this makes them part of our supply chain. Like, instead of them being subordinate, they will be equal. They won't have to ask. They won't be responsible for anything that goes wrong. That's this guy, Representative Mike Rogers. Look, his name is right here. He sponsored this bill. This is insane. He sponsored this bill. This is the guy to blame. How much money does he get? Career contributions trackers. APAC functions primarily as a conduit PAC. This means individual donors write checks directly to candidates, but they route those checks through APAC's portal. Because of this tracking mechanism, Open Secrets attributes these funds directly to the organization. According to the campaign finance data tracked across his career in the House, 180,000 to 220,000 primary and general campaign committees. Oh, damn. APAC, what baseline across recent consecutive election cycles, APAC has funneled through 180,000 to 220,000 into Mike Rogers' primary. Okay. The tracking rank out of all the individuals. So he won't get APAC money this year for his election if he doesn't do this. That's and this is pathetic, bro. Look, tracking rank out of the individual industries and interest groups that donate to Representative Rogers pro-Israel, which is overwhelmingly dominated by APAC bundled donations, consistently ranks in his top 5 to 10 overall career funded sources. Yeah, sitting alongside major defense contractors like Lockheed Martin, Boeing, and Northrop. I wonder what Lockheed Martin, Boeing, and Northrop think about this. I wonder what they think about this bill that gives Israeli manufacturers, weapons makers, it gives them carte blanche into the U.S. And defense industry. Like, what is up with that? He's a major recipient. APAC and pro-Israel political action committees strategically focus on their financial backing and lawmakers who hold immense structural power over foreign policy and defense budgets. As the chairman of the House Armed Service Committee, Representative Rogers is arguably one of the most valuable allies a defense-focused lobby group can have in Washington. He is the principal lawmaker responsible for writing and advancing the annual National Defense Authorization Act, NDAA. The exact bill that House Section 224, the U.S.-Israeli Military Technology Integration Clause. This is what is going to go to the House for a vote, making sure they don't even have to ask you every year for money anymore. And they're going to be selling you. You're going to be buying weapons from Israel. And there's they're giving House oversight away. They don't even want it. The only thing they have to do is report to the House. There's no oversight. They won't have the ability to stop the funding year after year at all. It's over. They don't even want it. They took in that. They said that this gives them the right to not even have to even have House oversight anymore. This is crazy. Any effective oversight. Yeah, but it doesn't say really how much. They say 220, but does he have stock in any? Does he have stock in any of these companies or get rewarded by them in any other way? Gifts, etc. I'm just curious about that because that don't sound like a lot of money. Look, individual stock ownership, none. So they're saying he has none. Instead, like many lawmakers, his personal wealth is held in mutual funds, index funds, and diversified retirement portfolios, right? So you won't know. While these broad funds definitely contain defense, industrial, and tech stocks, he is not directly buying and selling shares of specific companies that benefit from his committee bills. Okay, the loophole. Right. Always a loophole. Fact finding, travel and tips. Members of Congress are legally barred from accepting traditional gifts like expenses, items, cash, or lavish personal rewards from lobbyists. However, there is a major legal exception that acts as a primary vehicle for influence: officially sponsored international travel. So he's flying and it's paid for by somebody else. How it works: organizations can bypass the gift ban by organizing educational fact-finding missions under House ethic rules. These groups are allowed to fully pay for a lawmaker's international flights, top-tier hotel. Ooh, he must be in a hotel every goddamn day. I wonder with who? His wife? Maybe. Lodging and fine dining under the umbrella of security briefings. Okay? The APAC connection through its education. So in other words, if you like fine dining, then basically all you have to do is court these people and you're going to be eating well every night. You're going to be in the best hotels and who knows who's going to be visiting your room. The American Israeli Education Fund, AIEF, APAC regularly sponsors the most expensive junkets for members of Congress. They fly lawmakers to Israel for multi-day itineraries featuring high-level meetings with military officials. For senior leaders like the chairman and the Armed Services Committee, these fully funded luxury fact-finding trips are a standard legal perk of the relationship. I wonder if they go into the amusement park when they go here. Are they writing down everything they do? Let's see here. Campaign perks and event sponsorships. While the defense contractors in APAC cannot hand Rogers a check for his personal bank account, they can heavily fund his political lifestyle through campaign committee and leadership PAC spending. They pay thousands of dollars to sponsor tables at his campaign fundraising dinners. The most high-end donor retreats at golf resorts where he is the guest of honor. So he's out there having fun on the golf course. They fund, and what else is this? This is just an example. They fund his leadership PAC, which is a separate pool of political cash he can use to travel the country, dine. So they even, anyway. All right, you there, Mike? Oh, he's trying to find out.
I'm here in the background.
Okay.
I called one of his offices, but I'm trying to figure out a way to merge it to Discord.
Really? Just hold it up. Just put it on speaker, and hold it up to your other phone. Is that what you mean? Oh,
Got you. Let me.
maybe you can do that. I don't know. Maybe it works that way. I
Let me
can
see.
do it.
I'm trying to figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out.
Okay. So we're talking about this bill that is headed to the House, right? Hasn't gone to the Senate. Don't let anybody tell you that. It hasn't even made it to the House floor yet. It has just come out of the House committee. So they're going to have a vote on this on the floor this month, right? This is a highly controversial bill. Everybody needs to know what this bill is about. HR8800, National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year. And what is in it? What is in here? I'm going to put this bill in the chat again, and then I'm going to put the concerns that people are writing about in the chat also. So that's one. Boom. Here is the bill. Just for people that see the stream later, here is the bill. Right now, they don't have the text for the bill done yet. You see, they passed it, but they haven't shown the American people the text yet. Right. Which is another funny thing. They must be concerned about it because this is a highly controversial bill. Now, and this are some of the criticisms. And breakdown. So, they will be giving Israel the ability to not ever have to ask Congress for any funding again through this bill. They will get money from the U.S. taxpayer. Congress will have no oversight anymore on Israel if this passes in terms of defense budget and spending. And we will be buying weapons from them now. And there won't be any oversight. They will have to report, but that's it. That's it. This is the single worst bill since the exactly, man. This is crazy. Anybody who even had the nerve to insist that this 2020 224 is a part of the defense budget bill that's going to the floor, they don't need to be in Congress at all. They don't in the bill. You know what they saying in this bill, man? This is some bullshit. Do you know what they're saying in this bill? They are saying they don't even want Israel asking for money anymore. They just want them to automatically get it. They don't want House oversight. I mean, pretty much, practically speaking, they will have to report, but you cannot stop it. No Congress will be able to stop it once it is signed. It will, if you reverse it, if this goes into law, trying to reverse it will put the U.S. at its own security at serious risk. Trying to do it, it gives Israel way more power over the U.S. Defense Department, over the Pentagon, than you can never give anybody this much leverage over your own military. Why are we giving a subordinate nation leverage over us, our fucking military? That's treasonous. And look, this is not a matter of how can I say this? This is not a matter of Republican or Democrat. This is a matter of U.S. sovereignty, yo. This is a matter of U.S. sovereignty. Any Republican or Democrat that goes along with this is a treasonous. Like, seriously, they don't belong in any government office at all, period. They cannot be trusted by the American people. Like, these people are just taking money for themselves, and they are going to run. They are going to run. These are people that are not thinking about the country. They're not thinking about American citizens. Like, you have to know that. This is insane. Well, let me see something. While we look into this, let me try to see if there's something up here. 2 seconds. I want to see what Bill Gates was talking about. Here, what they said about Bill Gates. He just went in to speak to Congress. Let's segue to that for a second while we try to get find a way to communicate with these House folks real quick. We're going to call some of them up. Let me see here. Do I have Bill Gates here? I thought I actually pulled this over already. Let me type this up here. 2 seconds. Here we go. Yeah, he was just into Congress. So let's pull it up. I think it's right, here we go. So let me oh, I see. I'm in a new, I got to go to a new playlist. Let me see here. That's what that's about. So I do that. Right, here we go. Hey. Right. So I will pull this up now. Let's go.
Glad to be here voluntarily to testify to help with the committee's work. I'll start with an opening statement in the hearing room. I hope my testimony is helpful to the important work of the committee to find justice for the victims. Thank you.
Okay, that was quick. Look, hold on now. Let's hear from some others. This is crazy, man. This is even crazy. We have to do this. But again, Jeffrey Epstein, said to be an agent for Israel, said to be an agent for Russia, for Putin also. Yes. And people, alleged victims of Epstein, have said that they have heard Putin's name regularly throughout the 80s, mid 80s to 90s when it comes to this sex trafficking shit that around Epstein. Like, seriously. So don't dismiss it. Yeah. And it's not a matter of trusting. It's a matter of knowing. And when you hear victims saying this, you should, if you don't know if it's true or not, then you should cut all ties with anyone that could possibly even be connected in government. No one should be, anyone who dealt with these people should not be in government. If you don't know if it's true or not, you first must find out if it is true, those allegations, and disprove them before you can let these people anywhere in their power again. Otherwise, you're risking your own security. You see what I mean? But let's play some more here. This is about Bill Gates here, right? And Epstein. But look, that's about Bill Gates and Epstein. Fair enough. And this is Bill Gates and Epstein. And today we're talking about this with Israel. This bill that's going through that Congress, for some reason, every Republican on the Defense Committee decided was a good idea for American citizens to integrate Israel's Defense Department and military corporations into the U.S. Defense Department to give them access to American citizens' dollars without having to ask Congress again, to get them access to Defense Department top secret information without having to ask anybody else, Congress again, specifically Congress. They suggesting they shouldn't even have to ask Congress for shit. They want your money and they shouldn't even have to tell you a motherfucking thing. What is up with this? Is the we want your money and stay the fuck out of our business bill. Like, this is crazy. The foreign nations getting your money without having to report or have Congress have any say or oversight. They will get your money and without Congress funding it at all. It becomes permanent. You have to understand this. This is insane. This is insane. Is it connected to Jeffrey Epstein? Do somebody have some of those congressional members who are on that committee? Are some of them in the Epstein files? You tell me. I don't know. I can't say they're not. But I know one thing for sure. Someone should know 100% before they let these people do shit like this. Like, seriously, you should know 100% if they are. And if you don't, yo, that means you don't take your security serious. Honeypot scams.
What do you want? To get something off your mind, now's the chance to do it. Got it. Well, you know, I'm Tim Burchett and I'm a sinner. What do you need? What do y'all want to ask me? Anything?
What did he say? He said, I'm Tim Birchman and I'm a sinner. Ooh, okay. What is that supposed to mean, man? Like, just spit it out. Like, what'd you do?
Hash brownies in there. Come on up. What do you want? To get something off your mind, now's the chance to do it. Got it. Well, you know, I'm Tim Burchett and I'm a sinner. What do you need? What do y'all want to ask me? Anything?
How long were you inside?
Well, I've been in twice. The Democrats are doing their thing right now, so I didn't think I could stay, but I didn't think it's appropriate. But yeah, the questions are very intense, and just trying to get to the heart of his relationship his relationship with Epstein and the association there. If it's a business association or what? If there's I think there's some questions that alluded to some blackmail type things, what was going on there. And it's pretty clear to me, though, that Epstein was a friend collector. I think there's some questions that alluded to some blackmail type things. I think there's some questions that alluded to some blackmail type things, what was going on there. I think there's some questions that alluded to some blackmail type things, what was going on there. And it's pretty clear to me, though, that Epstein was a friend collector.
I don't. What is this guy's language all about? Like, I really don't understand this. It's pretty clear to him that he was a friend collector, dude. That's the best words you got. What about fucking espionage? What about espionage? There's nothing about friends. There's no friends. There's victims. There's people he was spying on. There's people he was blackmailing. It was not about friendship. And it's people, American citizens, representatives, people in government that he was getting on tape with little people, boys and girls. That's not friendship. I'm sick and tired of these representatives like speaking light about this. Like, yo, American people better be concerned for their fucking country right now. If you are not concerned about your country, let me tell you, no one else is going to be. No one else is going, and everybody is starting to adjust because they're saying when the United States break apart, the one thing that they want is to have some ability to decide how it breaks apart. Not just be, oh, well, it's just falling all on us. Oh, well. No. That's not how it works. But, okay.
I'd just like to have people around him that were big deal and get his picture made with them and hang out with them, and I think that's how he reeled them in.
So is there anything that you're learning then during this testimony that you think could change the course of the investigation, lead to new convictions, anything that kind of advances where we already stand?
Of course, Mr. Gates is very couched in his replies, and I mean, he's very well coached too. He's got great attorneys, I assume. He's probably made more money in interest since more than
I see you, Ezra.
A year just in this time I'm talking to you. So I don't know that we gather too much from this, actually.
Did you hear anything new?
Not yet, no, ma'am.
How was his demeanor?
He looked pretty downtrodden for a guy worth, several billions or whatever. I mean, he's like Oprah times 20, I think. I'm not sure. He's pretty well off, but he did look pretty worn down and stressed. But if I was his attorney, that's exactly how I would coach him to be in front of this group.
Congressman, we've heard some.
That's exactly how it and stress.
That's interesting right there. Yeah, he said that the guy looked pretty downtrodden and stressed. But if I was his attorney, that's how I would coach him to be. Yeah. Don't ever forget, anybody that it was having writings, visiting Epstein, you need to look at with a seriously suspicious microscope. Do not give them the benefit of the doubt at all. You're dealing with fucking men with dicks. And men with dicks do a whole lot of bullshit. Okay, they're easily enticed. Okay, and a lot of these men, sadly enough, they were able to be caught just by a person bringing some women around them, which is so pathetic. Like, you can't control your dick. Like, that is so pathetic, man. That's like being a motherfucking animal. You can't control yourself. Like, and if it's happening to Bill Gates, that means it's happening to Trump. It's happening to a lot of these motherfuckers. These are not the most attractive guys. They don't have the best social skills. They might have a lot of money, but I think it's way easy to get to these people. They seem to fall for it, because if you're a dude with money, or you're a dude in government, if you're a dude in any sensitive occupation, right? You have to know that there's people out there trying to get you like this? How can you be in government or be a billionaire or a executive of a corporation and you don't know that there's honeypot traps? You don't know about that? You don't know that you're not supposed to be out there just throwing your dick around? You don't know that you're not supposed to be mixing up with people like that? You don't know that? You don't know that you're supposed to be conservative? You don't know that? You don't know that? Like, none of these motherfucking government workers, presidents, none of Bill Clinton, goddamn Donald Trump, and loads Clarence Thomas. If you're a judge, you think you can be going to parties like this? Clarence Thomas, he's compromised, and they say that there's people saying that he is compromised. Like, straight up, Sasha Riley said Clarence Thomas was going to these Epstein fucking parties and mixing it up with young people, and not just little girls, little boys too. Okay, like, seriously, that is what is being said. That's what's out there on the internet. That is what motherfuckers are actually out there saying. He did it to me. Like, who the fuck has that in their life? Bill Gates is just one of them. Look, right now, I believe what you're saying is they're going after the people that have the least amount of effect on your life. They don't want to get to the people in government. Jim Jordan, they're saying Jim Jordan. They're saying, what's the other guy? Something Gates, Andy Gates, Andy something. Andy, what's his name? Yeah, something like 4 representatives in Congress. They claiming were at these parties with little kids, doing the nasty with little kids, horrific, beating little kids, physically beating them on tape, having rape with them. I'm serious. I'm not exaggerating at all. It's said, it is out there in the orbit. Grown ass people are saying that it happened to them by these people as little kids. Like, this is insane. So I think the people that you're seeing being called to Congress, these are the ones that have the least effect on your life, I believe. There's people, the people that have been blackmailed in the government, that are in government, they ain't calling them. They're going to give them carte blanche. I'm telling you, they're not calling them. That's it. So they got Bill Gates out there. Bill Gates was doing some shit pretty much. He was. Come on. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out. But the difference is that he's not in government. What about the people in government? What about the men in the Supreme Court? What about the men in Congress? What about the men in the Senate? What about the men in the fucking White House? What about the men in the Pentagon?
I mean, he's like Oprah times 20, I think. I'm not sure he's pretty well off, but he did look pretty worn down and stressed. But if I was his attorneys, that's exactly how I would coach him to be in front of this group.
Congressman, we've heard some people.
Good job yesterday at the UFO press conference, dude. I don't know if you noticed, it was me that called.
Blah, blah, blah.
Answered. They had some guy with a cell phone. He wasn't even pressed. So I just said, "What the heck, Joe? Go ahead, baby."
I always appreciate it. Go ahead. So it has been alleged, and some have even said conspiracy, that Epstein was involved in some kind of blackmailing operation for very wealthy rich people. The fact that Gates is also saying that in his own opening statement that that's what's happening, does that sort of open up a whole new line of questioning for other people as well?
I think
Gates. So apparently Bill Gates said that Epstein was a part of some sort of blackmail operation. You heard it right here. You heard it right here, yo. You heard it right here. And for those of you that don't know, the main topic of today is this motherfucking bill. Not to keep flipping out of this, but just to let you know, this bill that is in the floor, that's headed to the floor of Congress to be voted on, that means that Israel will be selling, the United States will be buying weapons from Israel, and Congress will not have to approve it at all. You will be giving your tax dollars to Israel now for defense, and they won't have to go before Congress, and Congress will not have to approve it ever again. You need to be calling your representatives and making sure they vote this shit down. Every Republican on this committee, they voted to have this thing about Israel put into our national defense budget themselves. Every Republican on the committee. 12 Democrats dissented. This is the hottest story in the country. This is your tax dollars. This is your sovereignty. This is dangerous. But in any case, is it connected to Epstein? Like, why would all these Republicans, unanimous, just all of them on that committee, vote for this bill? Are they a part of this Epstein honey pot scam, or are they part of another Epstein Israeli goddamn scam run? I'm not saying I know. I'm asking a question. Are they part of Israeli operation on American territory? Why are we trying to give them our sovereignty? Why? This is different from, this is not even a question. Somebody put in the chat, yeah, what about them committing genocide? Yeah, that's an issue too. But this is another issue. This is sovereignty. This is a sovereignty issue. Like, seriously, this is insane. I'm telling you, I do not think that this is just happening at the same time for no reason. I don't think this is a coinkydink or coincidence. I don't think it is that. There's a reason in my mind why this is all going down at the same time. This bill and you seeing people talk about the Epstein files. This is the two biggest things. I don't think the timing is a coinkydink. Okay. But let's continue. I'm going to put this bill. You read the bill. I'm going to put the bill again. That's here in the chat for people to come when they see the stream later. You can access the chat and you can download the bill and you can call your Congress member. There it is. It's in the chat. And then I'm also going to put the criticism of the bill, because the bill, all the details of the bill are not even presented from the congressional website. Like, this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. Look, but it's in the chat now. So anybody that watches the stream later, you have the bill itself there, and you also have the criticism right underneath it. So it is in the chat. The chat is, coinky dink. I did say that. It's not a coincidence. We got to have some humor to lighten it up a little. But seriously, it's in the chat. The chat is on replay. You can get the information anytime you see this stream. Share this stream. This ain't no bullshit ass stream. I'm not some little bullshit dude that likes going around talking about what Tupac did and what Biggie did. I don't give a fuck about Tupac or Biggie. I don't give a fuck about Jay-Z. I don't give a fuck about P. Diddy, although that's some wild ass shit. No, I don't want to know what 2 Chainz did yesterday. Okay? And I don't give a fuck about Kanye West or his baby's mama. This is not a stream for anybody who cares about that shit. This is people who actually give a fuck about their fucking life for real. This is one of those streams. Okay? Political podcasting here. Okay. Like, you about to get sold down the tubes and you're watching it happen live here. So share the video. Click the like button, click the subscribe button. As you can see, look, there's only 2 times where I've had so few viewers, and both times it was a hot topic. Like, straight on. I'm just telling you, this stream, for some reason, YouTube is not sharing this stream like it normally does. I'm just saying that. And I've been YouTubing the last year. I notice how it goes up and down. Even right now, you don't even see the red circle around my image, around my avatar. No, they stopped doing that a long time ago. So don't worry. I used to get like 50,000 views when I went live. I'm not bullshitting you, just from my mobile phone. YouTube has been coming after me, blocking my goddamn streams or something. I don't know what it is, but I'm just telling you. This information is real. Share the stream if you care about somebody, particularly someone who is not, in line with this, these fucking people getting paid your tax dollars. They got the best health care on earth, and they don't even want you to have the fucking health care, and it's your money you giving them. Like, come on, America, wake up. And this message goes out to Republicans and Democrats. I don't give a fuck if you voted for Trump anymore. Who fucking cares? This is your motherfucking future right here. No Trump supporter should be in support of this goddamn bill. No Trump supporter should be, no Democrat, or it shouldn't even matter your political party affiliation. Every American should be totally against this. Totally. Yo, Mike, you there? Yeah, I got Mike from Brooklyn up here. The link, let me put the link in the chat to the panel. I think he's on the phone.
able to make a phone call, and they did pick up.
Oh, really?
But I'm trying to get it so I can get it over the stream.
Oh, well, goddamn.
So
Good
essentially,
job, bro.
what I'm saying is, just essentially calling Congress, right? Figure out your Congress member's direct line in DC, and essentially asking for a referendum or just a concern around the NDAA
Yeah.
Act and Section 224 in specific.
Okay. Perfect, bro.
So I'm
Wow.
still working on that in the background to see if we can get that going.
Yeah. Great work.
I actually have another phone that I'm trying to utilize to get that on speaker to be able to get it over Discord, so our viewers can be able to hear that.
Yeah.
But so far I was able the Congress member that I did was Mike Rogers.
Ooh.
So, and even with that said, since I'm not in his district, all I did was pull up Google, find 2 average streets within his district, and referred to that cross street, so that way it sounds more legitimate when I am calling to sound like someone of one of his constituents.
Right. I got you. Perfect, Mike. I appreciate that. We have Mike from Brooklyn. Everybody say what's up to Mike. Yeah, good job, bro. Excellent work. Excellent work.
I'm still participating. Obviously, we can move forward, but in the background, I am.
Mike from Brooklyn.
I
Everybody
pretty much
say
have
what's
it
up to
down
Mike.
packed, and I'm trying
good
to
job,
get it so
bro.
the viewers
Excellent
can
work.
hear it.
Excellent work. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay. I got you, Mike. I heard what you said though. I just accidentally pressed play on this little video. Now, so everybody heard that Mike is in the background on Discord, and he's calling some congressional members, and he's asking about this bill, and he's trying to get it so you can hear it on Discord also, which we will be able to do. So in the meantime, bear with us. Listen, what we're hearing is we bouncing back from this bill, back and forth from this crazy ass bill, and calling these representatives live here, this crazy ass bill to give Israel your money without any congressional oversight, your access to Pentagon top secret information without any congressional oversight, and other shit, your jobs, because they will be making weapons and you will be buying them instead of them buying them from American companies. Like, this is insane. Without any congressional oversight, this is the most treasonous bill that has ever hit the fucking floor of Congress. Like, you got to understand this. So we're flipping from this to this. Bill Gates, another Epstein thing. You don't know if this is connected to Epstein either. Yeah, you see? You don't know if this bill is connected to Epstein, and you don't know if this bill is. This Bill Gates is definitely connected to Epstein, but you don't know if this bill is part of that too. It could be. When was the last time you seen every Republican representative in a committee agree on something? That's strange. That's not necessary. Why is that necessary? You mean not one? That is weird as fuck. That is weird. That is weird. It could have still hit the floor with one Republican saying no, and all of them unilaterally said yes to Israel getting your tax dollars without even having to ask Congress ever again. That is insane. That is insane. So let's hear some more from this motherfucker, Congressman Burshit. Man, you think I even have any faith? I have no faith. I have no faith in the U.S. Congress anymore. I have zero faith. And all I'm looking for now is American people to prove that they're serious people, that they won't be trampled on. I'm just waiting for that, because I'm losing faith in American people for real right now. Like, seriously, we ain't all the same. We are not. We are not all the same. Bill Gates said that Epstein was committing blackmail and espionage.
It has been alleged, and some have even said conspiracy, that Epstein was involved in some kind of blackmailing operation for very wealthy rich people. The fact that Gates is also saying that in his own opening statement.
Gates is saying that in his own opening statement. So you heard that. So you need to deduct more than just what was said verbatim by Gates.
I think so. My questions were along those lines in the first place, but since he's done that, we're going to go back and readjust them just a little bit and maybe get to more to the meat of the matter. I agree, yeah. I think that's going to be, that'll change the course of it. Unfortunately, most of the Democrats weren't in there when that was going on, so. I'll get to all y'all, don't worry. Do what?
Why was this a closed door hearing?
I don't know, ma'am. That's above my pay grade. I'm big about transparency. I always just say let it be wide open, but that seems to be something both parties agree on, and that's the way we go. And we did that with the Clintons as well. I think the Clintons said that they weren't going to come in unless we did that, which I don't know how you get past a subpoena. I'm not really sure how that works, but I guess if you're a big deal, you can do more than the rest of us could. I'll get you, and then I'll get you, ma'am. Go ahead.
There was a question earlier that Chair Comer about the emails with the STI medication. Was that asked about? Did we get any clarification from Gates on that?
I wasn't in there on that part, ma'am. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
One of your colleagues said that Gates was kind of combative and that they didn't feel he was being very forthcoming as he could be. Do you agree with that assessment?
What would you be, ma'am? I guess if you're getting drug out here, all your dirty laundry, and let's be honest, I don't think he's that good of a person, but that's just anybody would be that way. You got a great accent, by the way. Where are you from?
London. Do you doubt if he was telling you guys the full truth?
I think he's right up to that line, ma'am. I think his attorneys, the last thing he wants to do is tell us a lie, and then we call him back in.
On the level of transparency, do you want to see acting attorney courts committee? Chairman Comer said he's going to ask for him to come in July. Didn't specify if that would be through a subpoena, if it would be behind closed doors.
I suspect Todd's a pretty fearless guy. I don't think he needs a subpoena. I don't think he's got anything.
So you see how biased that is right there. I don't know if you heard that question. This is total, utter bullshit and bias. If you trust any government official right now with releasing the Epstein files, you are a goddamn fool. This man said that he doesn't think Todd Blanche needs to come in for a subpoena because Todd Blanche, he thinks, is fearless. Todd Blanche is the one blocking the Epstein files, and you have Bill Gates in here testifying about his relationship with Epstein. What the fuck are you talking about? Just listen to the complete utter polarization and bullshit. Listen to this, man. This is ridiculous. These people, they just never think about the American people first. It's only their political affiliation that they fucking care about. What side looks like they're doing the right thing, not solving the problem ever. And you pay for this guy's dental care, health care, his kids' fucking private school, and anything else, and whatever else his wife want to do. If he got a wife, I don't know, or his lover and ex, the one on the side piece. You pay for that shit also. Listen to this bullshit. This is. I really don't, this is just the corruption just is so deep. It's so deep. Listen. Hold on.
Ma'am, I think his attorneys, the last thing he wants to do is tell us a lie, and then we call him back in.
So he said that about Bill Gates. That's what he said about Bill Gates. Now listen when they ask him, should Todd Blanche come in? Here we go.
I suspect Todd's a pretty fearless guy. I don't think he needs a subpoena. I don't think he's got anything to hide, and I don't think he's scared of anybody. I heard somebody over here.
Can I ask you a quick question on FISA? Donald Trump did post on Truth Social saying that he will have Pulte continue as acting director, but now wants a short-term extension. Do you think that's something that's going to be able to pass the House, or do you feel like
it's going to be very tough without without the Constitution playing in? If you don't have a search warrant or a warrant, I think it's going to be problematic for a lot of people.
So it sounds like probably not be able to pass the House.
I don't know. President Trump is the master of the deal, so we'll just see what he puts on. It's going to be problematic. Again,
listen to this.
Donald Trump did post on Truth Social saying that he will have Pulte continue as acting director, but now wants a short-term extension. Do you think that's something that's going to be able to pass the House, or do you feel like
it's going to be very tough without without the Constitution playing in, if you don't have a search warrant or a warrant, I think it's going to be problematic for a lot of people.
So it sounds like probably not be able to pass the House.
I don't know. President Trump is the master of the deal, so we'll just see what he puts on the table and how he works it out. But right now, I don't think it's got a very good shot. You want to say something? Do what?
What do you want to see come next to
Well, I mean, we've got a lot of waste, abuse, and fraud, obviously. I would like to see us move in some of the amendments and bills that I've moved forward with DOJ. Dealing with, we're getting ready to pass NDAA. I'd like to see.
Look, this guy, he doesn't give a fuck about the Epstein files. He doesn't give a fuck about Bill Gates. These people are all fucking corrupt. He's talking about waste, fraud, and abuse, and then he's talking about more DOJ. Fool, don't you realize DOJ hasn't done anything but fuck over the entire country? Like, what is he talking about? What is he talking about? The security of the United States. There is a fucking fire burning over the United States right now with its security, with its own security. And this dude is talking about waste management and abuse. Like, what is he talking about? It is coming from the administration, the waste and abuse. It's coming straight from the top. It's coming straight from congressional members. It's coming straight from the White House. He's like, what? And they're looking to find federal work, just the average rank and file federal worker. Talking about waste and abuse. The waste and abuse is above their fucking head that's going on right now. Anyway, I just want to see if they ask him anything else. They're talking about Bill Gates right now. And we're waiting to hear something about this bill right here also. This bill to incorporate HR8800 National Defense Authorization Act of fiscal year 2027. This is about to hit the floor of the Congress. They're about to vote on it. And this bill, if it passes, it means Israel won't have to ask the United States for money ever again. It will be automatic. It will be automatic. They won't have to. It will circumvent Congress from any oversight of Israel's relationship to the United States and defense. Like, this is what these bozos are up to. Like this idiot right here talking about Todd Blanche. I trust Todd Blanche. He's a fearless man. Todd Blanche is fearless. But he won't release the Epstein files. He's obviously scared of that. What the fuck? He ain't scared of the Epstein files, Todd Blanche, because he's not releasing them. Okay, this is bullshit.
Some real qualifications upon this huge bill we're giving, and I'd like to see somebody in the military pass a dadgum audit besides the United States Marine Corps. They're the only ones that pass it on a regular basis, and I'm not a fan of the war pimps at the Pentagon. Their business is war and sending our kids off into war, and I'm not a big fan of that. Oh, in front of the Epstein committee, I don't know. It just goes on, and unfortunately, America's attention span is going to run out on this thing. It's going to move on to the next object.
So, why would it run out? It would run out because you stop releasing the files. People are tired of asking and asking and asking and waiting and waiting. His own government, his own president stalled the release. His own Todd Blanche, his own Justice Department stalled the release of the Epstein files, which makes it go on and on and on and never end, and people never get to the bottom of what is going on. This is utter bullshit. One more question.
What was this in?
The head of ACT
Yeah, I know.
just plead the fifth in every single question and just arrogantly walked out. Is there any possibility that there'll be a comment?
Republicans need to get some guts and start taking that majority out for a walk and do something with it and start passing some laws and make the Senate vote on it. Send it over there and say, vote on it or we'll wear you out. That's what you got to do. This agreement that we have, America's tired of it. We have the majority. We need to start acting like it.
Anyway, this guy's phony. That's all I got to say. He's phony. I mean, look. And it shouldn't matter if he's a Republican or Democrat. If you don't know that this is just words blowing hot air at this point, this Congress is not tough about a motherfucking thing. The only thing this Congress is tough about is hurting everyday fucking American people. That's the only thing they're tough about, and they're too chicken shit to tell you that that is what they're up to while you pay for their dental care. They're too chicken shit to tell you, so they come up with these complex schemes and shit to make it seem like they're doing something. These people ain't doing shit for the United States of America. They're fucking killing it. You know, they are killing it. All right, let's go to the next bozo. Let's see here. Boom. We waiting for Michael to come back. See if he can get get this shit happening over the line with these congressional members live. So let's see here. Let me move on here. Let me get to the next one. There's somebody else. I guess you got Comer, who's going to talk about this shit now. Another wanker. Mr. Comer, thank you very much. Thank you for your commitment to the United States of America and hiding the Epstein files, making sure it never gets out.
Well, thank you all.
Thank you, bitch ass Comer. Another bloodsucker who's just sitting up there sucking up the American people's tax dollars for his dental plan and his health care and for his family and shit. Exactly. Dental care for kids is free in Israel and the elderly. Exactly, man. These people, these fucking congressional members don't give a fuck, yo. They don't give a fuck. Like,
for being here. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay.
But they care about how shit looks. They just care about the image. They don't care about any fucking thing else. No, if any other country in the West had this kind of Congress, your country would be finished. You wouldn't even have a country anymore. Like, straight up.
We are about to begin the interview with Bill Gates. This will be our 15th interview. There are a couple of things I want to mention about yesterday. Based on the testimony from Ms. Groff, as well as a meeting that I had afterwards with several of the Epstein survivors,
This is 3 hours ago, so just to let y'all know.
To ask Alan Dershowitz to come in. We will have questions for him. We're going to give him an opportunity to come in and answer several questions that arose yesterday based on Ms. Groff's testimony and some things that some of the Epstein survivors said. So we're proceeding along. Hopefully this interview today will be productive and help us learn more and help us in our investigation as we move forward. I'll be happy to answer a couple of questions.
Chairman, what are you expecting to ask Bill Gates today, and what information are you hoping to get from him?
Well, the same information I think other members of Congress have said. We just want to know about his relationship with Mr. Epstein and Ms. Maxwell. What did he see? Did he know what was going on? Was he involved in any of this? So I'm sure as we ask questions, more questions will arise. I will say this, no one's accusing Bill Gates of any wrongdoing, and I certainly appreciate him coming in voluntarily.
What kind of, no one is accusing him of anything? Yeah, that's not true. A lot of people believe he was with little girls and little boys maybe, and a lot of people think he's one of the people that the FBI have on videotape. Okay, that's what people think. So accused, what does that mean anymore? Look at his face. He doesn't even trust what he's saying. Look at this body language is he's telling you that he's lying. He's telling you that the language he's using is disingenuous. That's what this face tells me. He's talking about nobody's accusing you. Yeah, who gives a fuck if someone's accusing you? People suspect. People have great reason to suspect. What are you talking about? He's like, nobody's accusing you. So what? So what? The truth is being hidden from people. What the fuck? That's even worse than people accusing you. You don't even trust your own information. You mean if they weren't hiding something, they would have released the files. So they're obviously hiding a whole heaping lot. And it has to be some of it, a good amount of it must be grown ass men with dicks sleeping with little girls and little boys. That's what it must be at the minimum, because what else would you be hiding? What are they doing? You trying to hide him killing a lizard? What are they sleeping with animals too? Maybe they're doing that. But people have been accused openly. Clarence Thomas, okay, Jim Jordan, congressional member, other congressional members in his party have been accused publicly by alleged victims. You see what I'm saying? Like, of horrendous acts. So, I don't get a look at this guy's face. You trust what he says? You trust this? Them eyes. Okay, let's listen to what he said. And look, let me slow it down. And then let's hear it again, because I don't trust none of these motherfuckers. Like, I don't care. You got to prove the shit to me. I would never trust you until you prove to me that none of these people are in those files with little kids. The only way you can prove it is to show it.
What did he see? Did he know what was going on? Was he involved in any of this? So I'm sure as we ask questions, more questions will arise. I will say this, no one's accusing Bill Gates of any wrongdoing, and I certainly appreciate him coming in voluntarily.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. So clearly the investigation is still ongoing, given you're now asking Mr. Dershowitz to come in. Are there any plans to formally ask Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche to come in?
I'm communicating with the Department of Justice. I would like for Todd Blanche to come in July. Well, he's got, I think we all know he has a big confirmation coming up. So, but I've always wanted Blanche to come in. Now, let me be very clear. Todd Blanche came in a month ago. He came in with Pam Bondi to answer questions from the Oversight Committee, and the Democrats stormed out and ran to you all to try to be the first to get on MSNBC and talk about their outrage. What a missed opportunity for the Democrats.
All right, so let me see here. Why did
when you're ready.
Okay, yeah, I'm ready, bro. I'm ready. Good.
All right, so this is going to be the call to Elise in New York, District 21.
Okay. Let me, okay.
And let's see. I'll obviously lower the volume here.
Okay.
And I'll make the call. I'll put it on speaker so everyone can hear.
Okay. Good. Perfect. This is Mike from Brooklyn calling congressional members, talking about HR8800, the Israeli-U.S. military Pact bill that's going to the floor of Congress. Go ahead, bro.
Gotcha.
Washington, D.C. office of Congresswoman Elise Stefanik, representing New York 21st Congressional District. Your thoughts are very important to us, so please listen carefully to the following options. You can also contact our office by going to our website, stefanik.house.gov, to send an email or to sign up for our newsletter. If you are not a constituent of New York's 21st Congressional District, press 1 to leave a comment for Congresswoman Stefanik. If you are a constituent of New York's 21st Congressional District and know your zip code, press 2. For all other business, press 3. Congresswoman Elise Stefanik, representing New York's 21st Congressional District. All of our phone lines are currently busy or we've stepped away from our office. Your thoughts are very important to us. Please leave a message after the tone and a member of our staff will return your call promptly.
Hi, this is Mark Troy calling and concerning the NDAA, in specific section 224, and my concerns with it, asking for at least a referendum and the people's vote so we can discuss and have proper discourse around why we feel it is okay to give up so much power. If you can get back to me, please and thank you.
Facts. I like that, bro. That's good that you got this shit worked out too with distro. That's excellent. That was excellent. That audio was good too.
You guys, okay, good. That's what I was concerned more about the audio.
Yeah, no, I heard it. It was perfect. The audio was great too. And yeah, all right, let's get it going. Who should we call now? Come on, listen, y'all. Share the stream because YouTube is obviously blocking this one. I mean, I don't know, but there's no red circle, or it hasn't been a red circle around my avatar for a long time. But I believe that this is very unusual. It's only one other time where I had so few viewers on a live. This almost never happens, and it was because of another touchy topic. So do yourself a favor, share the video so more of the people you know can find the stream, because I'm pretty sure it's not showing up in the YouTube shorts when people just scroll through it, right? I'm pretty sure that's usually that comes out. That's where a lot of my views are coming from because of how I format the videos. But I can see all of a sudden in this one, it seems to just be dead. So in any case, also click the like button. Now, who else should we call? Let me know who else we should call. Right? Who should Michael from Brooklyn call next? Which congressional member about this is Israeli USA Defense Pact here, which will mean that Congress is circumvented, and Israel, in terms of them selling us weapons, why are they doing that? In terms of them getting access to our research, in terms of them getting access to top secret information from the Pentagon, they won't have to ask Congress anymore. In terms of us giving them money for their budget, this circumvents Congress. This next bill, this bill is called HR8800, and the section that gives Israel carte blanche is section 224 right here. Section 224. And if you want to hear some of the concerns, right, about this bill, here it is in the link right here. I'm putting the link in the chat. There you have another opportunity to see some of the criticisms of the bill. Let me see. The bill is also itself right here, although they haven't published the full bill. They want the proposed bill. They have not published to the public yet. So only the news media has access to it, but they're not even giving access to the public on this shit yet. And it's been a week. It has been a week. You see, so in any case, yeah, let's get to it. Who else should he call?
They aren't even openly asking them when they do come into contact with some of these representatives, right?
Yeah, they're not in legacy media, you mean?
Yeah.
Legacy media is exactly. Legacy media is not even asking about this bill. Legacy media, cable news, is not talking about this bill. They haven't done it yet. Probably. Let me see if Midas Touch has talked about it. Let me see if they've talked about it. I mean, they're not legacy media. Obviously, that's just internet. Those are podcasters like us. But let's just see for an example. I want to see what podcasters and what legacy media are covering this on cable. On cable news.
And this can be an ongoing thing, right? This can be an ongoing thing whenever you host a live around this time where I can reach out and at least give that information to let these representatives know that there are certain individuals who do care about, this act and section 224. And we encourage you guys to do the same within your local area, whoever your representative is. Have us look it up. We can give you the number we can call just to give you that initial encouragement. And on the back end, you can call as well. Right? I'm doing a lot more when it comes to just being more precise. And so some of the options are you a constituent? Are you not a constituent? I would obviously like to present myself as a constituent.
Right.
You would need a zip code. So I would need a bit more time to kind of look to see what specific zip codes fall under some of these districts. So
Right.
I would be able to pose as a constituent.
Right.
But they also do have a line where a non-constituent can also leave a message, and they can call you back potentially, right? Which I don't believe they will call you back, but at least that they're getting that information, right? Because all of this goes to these representatives, right? So, for instance, Elise, I called Mike Rogers, which was off Discord or off live, just to kind of get a feel for it and see, you know, what channels can I go.
Yeah. The
With
integration
your
technology. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
with your local representative or your representative within your state, you have more local offices, which I could try that as well in terms of local offices. But right now, I am calling the DC numbers, and the reason why I chose the DC numbers first is because this is where they're based out of, right? This
Mhm.
is where they're based
That's
out
where
of.
their offices
This
are.
is where,
Yeah. They're
yeah,
there.
that's where their offices.
Yeah. They're at work. When they're at work, this is what they do. Yeah.
Yes, right. They're gonna get these messages a bit more direct, right? I'm sure there is whoever is their secretary or whoever is the receptionist, whatever the case is, they're communicating with, these representatives on a daily basis, especially when these phone calls come in. Hey, look, I got 8 messages concerning Act, the NDAA Act Section 224, right? And now they're forced to consider what this looks like, especially when they feel like individuals are noticing their movement within Congress and backing a proposal and act such as this, right?
Exactly, bro. When they have this, they get the data back. And when they see that the public is actively discussing something, they are more likely to be cautious about what they're doing. When they see that the public doesn't even show any interest, they go for the jugular, bro. They do crazy shit like this, these bills. And people have to understand this is how it works. If you don't take interest, you end up in a situation where you're paying their health bill, their medical bills, and you don't even have access to health care. That's how it works in the U.S. And this is way more serious. I mean, this is not way more serious, but this is more serious. This is even sovereignty now, bro. This is not even just healthcare. This is sovereignty.
And if you're a tax-paying citizen, this is how you hold your constituents account. This is how you hold your representatives accountable as a constituent, right? This is how you do it, right? I know a lot of individuals, including myself at times. Obviously, I'm a bit more politically active now, but this is how you hold them accountable, right? You call in, you speak to them, or you leave a message letting them know. I know individuals, and even myself at times, when I've had concerns within New York City, right? I've called consistently for a week or weeks on end, every week, once a week, at any given point throughout the day during business hours, to make sure that at least, even if I'm speaking into a void, that I know somehow, some way, my concerns are at least being heard or recognized on the smallest of levels, right?
Facts,
If not,
bro.
they don't know who you are. They do not know who you are. They have no clue that you exist if you're not reaching out.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You speaking facts, bro, and I appreciate you 100%. Now, Mike, what he has is he's got the distro. Anybody can hop up on the panel, by the way, but through the same system now, we're able to call the representatives like this motherfucker here on the screen. Yeah, we can call his office too, and leave a message on his on his answering machine, or if they dare answer the phone, talk to somebody. But the point is this: the goal that we're after is this: to bring attention to this bill that is headed to the congressional floor. They are about to vote to give Israel access to the unprecedented access to United States taxpayer funds with zero congressional oversight. Yes, your tax dollars will go to them and they will have no responsibility. No one can hold them accountable for anything they do with any of the information and the access they're given. They will have access to top secret information, military, defense information. You will be buying weapons from them. And they won't have to they will report to you what's going on, but you won't have oversight. You won't have an ability to stop the funding once it kicks in and more. This is just totally dangerous. No one in any country gives anyone else this access to their country. This is insane. So we're going to be calling congressional members about this shit. Yeah. And some more shit too. But In the meantime, we're going to be segueing over into the daily news now, because this is what's going on. Bill Gates' ass is out there, and he's on Capitol Hill now. And obviously, these people, in my mind, they don't want to know shit about what was in those Epstein files. This is all a charade, if you ask me. This congressional shit, yeah, there's some members that want to know what's up. There's members that have fought for the release of the Epstein files, but this has basically become a cover up now. Congress, this is out there. If you ask me, they're just there to make you believe like something's going on, something's being done. But these people are, if you ask me, they are covering up videos of many congressional members, senators, Supreme Court justices, and people in the Pentagon, maybe also on tape having illegal rape sex, violent rape sex with little kids, girls and boys and shit like that, and other things, people getting killed in videos with these people. And these videos are being used to blackmail and control the United States government. I mean, I'm not the person who made this conspiracy theory up. I'm just an observer to be like, damn, it's starting to sound like that. This is exactly what's going on. And lo and behold, they're telling you by not releasing the Epstein files that there's things in there that are so fucking bad, they dare not even show the American public. What could that be? What could be in there so bad? What could be in it so bad? I mean, I can't think of much worse than what I've said. You see what I mean? I mean, are they in there drinking baby blood? Is that what I mean? I was like, damn, why would someone even worry about Hillary Clinton when you got all these men with dicks that's in the Epstein files? I mean, why are they harping on Hillary Clinton? But yeah, fuck it. Is that what's in there? There's got to be more. You see what I mean? So, because this guy's a Republican, and if Hillary Clinton was drinking baby blood, he would definitely want it released. See what I'm saying? Like, Trump would definitely want it released. Like, why is it not being released? That's because it's something else. It ain't her. That's how. If they had Bill Clinton on tapes, it would be released. So what are they waiting for? Elon Musk was there. Peter Thiel was there. Yeah, Epstein was dealing with Israeli intelligence. Epstein was dealing with Russian intelligence. You're having hearings where all that shit is coming up. Everything that's happening right now, there's warnings about Israeli intelligence, Russian intelligence, all up inside of the U.S. government right now. Like, look at this guy's face. Does he look like somebody you believe? No, man, I think this guy knows he's selling out the United States of America. I believe that's what he knows. You know, and he's just going to do it because what else do you do when that's your job? You're a congressional member. That's how you get your money. Your family got to eat too. Your dental care's your medical care's got to exist for your family and your wife. So I'm just going to go right along with it. Your lifestyle and those little trips and shit. Okay.
But Todd Blanche answered questions that Republicans had for several hours.
You see?
As did Miss Bondi.
You see? They're covering totally up for Todd Blanche and Pam Bondi. Todd Blanche and Pam Bondi refused to release the Epstein files. Why are you covering up for them, Comer? You see? That's the cover up right there. He's trying to say they did their job. No.
But we brought Miss Bondi back in. And we're
not under oath, and she didn't even answer any goddamn questions. You know, again, it's a cover up. It's so obvious at this point. It's so obvious.
Bring Todd Blanche in.
Would it be overall? There were emails in the files relating to Bill Gates, a draft email alleging there was some kind of a request to get medication for STD type thing. Is there potential for criminal wrongdoing there, asking someone to procure a medication that may not otherwise be available?
I don't know about that, but that email will be addressed in the first hour of questioning, I can assure you. The majority will have 1 hour of questioning, the minority will have a 1 hour questioning. I hope that you all review the transcripts of all these interviews that we do and look at the depth of the questions that the Republicans ask versus the depth of the questions that the Democrats ask. Yesterday, right off the bat, the Democrats asked questions about Mar-a-Lago and Donald Trump, and this is about the survivors of Epstein and Maxwell. This is about trying to figure out how the government failed.
Is this about the survivors? They're not even listening to the survivors. They're not even listening to the survivors. This is utter bullshit. And trying to figure out how the government failed, that's too much of a generalization. Trying to figure out how the government failed, that he put it past tense. What about how the government is failing right now with what's going on with the Epstein files and the people that he was blackmailing? Who are those people? Who are the people that are in those videotapes? Are they in government? What about that? That's still happening potentially and likely, very likely, because that's what espionage and blackmail is. It has a continuous life until you find out who the people are being blackmailed. It doesn't just disappear from one. Now that we caught Jeffrey Epstein, it's over now. No more blackmail. No, he gave the information to other people. What the fuck? Like, seriously,
this goes back several administrations, several attorneys general. Maxwell. This is about trying to figure out how the government failed, and this goes back several administrations, several attorneys general.
So, don't you want to know who those people are that are in those tapes? If it goes back several administrations, don't you want to know who they are? Apparently, he doesn't. Because he is not demanding that the Epstein files be released. He's not demanding to ask Todd Blanche, why have you not released them? Release them now. They're not demanding that. Look, and I'm going to tell you something about this stream. The fact that we're talking about this bill has killed this stream. Like, they are refusing to show, because of this bill, this is not being shown in the short feeds. So most of my viewers actually know that I'm live through the short feeds. Look, right now, my short feeds are at 16%. It's usually the exact opposite. It's usually
it makes sense that, you know, it's easier monitored around this time versus when you normally go live.
Yeah, I think so, bro. Like, they can't listen. They can't see the stream as my stream is live. My viewers cannot see my stream is live. Very few of them. This is crazy because that's how they find out. Most of my viewers use their mobile phone, and right now the short feed is only 14% of the people on YouTube that can see it. 14%.
You know, you're right, because even had I not been a contributor, I had to physically click on the channel.
Yeah.
And in order to and then I have to look for the live in order for me to find the live.
Yeah.
Versus it just popping up in my notifications or anything like that.
Exactly. So people need to know.
That's why when you had reached out, I had no clue. I'm like,
exactly. I had to call you on the phone, bro. Like, you didn't get the notification or anything. Nobody's getting the notification for the stream because of this HR8800 National Defense Authorization Act scheduled to go out to Congress and have a vote on the floor. What date is this? This is scheduled to have a vote on the floor. Let me see here. Let me pull it back up. Boom. They don't even have the date set, but it's this month. I heard it's the middle of the month. It just left the committee last week. They plan on giving Israel the American taxpayer dollars that have very little oversight and is automatically given to them, meaning that they don't have to ask Congress for the money every year anymore. They're trying to make it permanent. And they're doing this basically because Israel knows it is under heat because of what Netanyahu has been doing. And so now AIPAC and whoever else, they're funding everybody to try to push this bill through under the overall defense budget of the United States. So they stuck the Israel bill into the overall national thing so they could force you to fund the defense budget and Israel through just making it a U.S. American thing, a budget thing, you know. So in other words, they're covertly doing it, trying to put leverage on the American people, saying that if you don't fund this, then you're not for the U.S. military. No, we're for the U.S. military. We're not for anything else. We are for our military being supreme alone by themselves. Period. That's what we're for. We're for U.S. domination, not Israeli domination. Just get it straight. I'm pro-American. I'm an American citizen. That's the only citizenship I have. I'm for American military domination, not Israeli military domination. You see? And these people are fucking full of shit, bro. Like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. I don't want to just go on and just say it's my life or anything, but this might well be the worst bill that will ever hit the floor of Congress. This is so insidious. I just can't even believe that this is happening, bro. I can't believe it's happening. Yeah. I can't believe this shit is happening, bro. People are going to see this stream and they're going to be like, God damn, why does this stream only have 14 people watching? What the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
What is going on?
And I think that, the combat to that is to have everyone in our next live revisit this one and also leave comments as far as who are their representatives that we can reach out to, that they can reach out to, and just have that keep referring back to, an additional live. This will be an ongoing thing, right? We'll continue to reach out whenever obviously you have earlier lives. I'll continue to reach out and call and leave either messages or speak to whoever answers on when we do call,
right?
So they know that we're active, right?
Right.
And refer to it in, we'll link it, we'll drop the link in our next live for when we do have a larger viewing, right? So they know, and they themselves can refer to it and hopefully boost it and share it as well, because there is some sort of suppression, right? Information like this isn't necessarily covered. We don't have individuals, and I don't know anyone, on even the YouTube level who is advocating for their viewers to call their representatives and hold them accountable, especially if they disagree with, Section 224 of, this NDAA, of this act in particular, right?
Right, of HR8800, right? Yeah, Section 224. Yeah, exactly, bro. So listen, what I'm going to do for the moment, I'm going to take a break, come back. I'm going to set up the next stream. Let me see. It's 9 p.m. Central European time. I'm going to set the next stream up for, what's a good time you think? What do you think was working?
Anything more later in the day in terms of, I would say here, you said it's 9 over there. It's 3 Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
I would say anything 6 to 7 hours from now.
Okay, perfect. So what I'm going to do, it's that's going to be 5. So that's going to be, yeah. So it will be 5 a.m. No, 6 a.m. Central European time. That's going to make it 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, midnight USA, Eastern time, and that will make it 9 West Coast time, right?
West Coast, yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. So that's what I'll set up the next stream for. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And we can refer back to this, but I'm going to keep this one out of the title. I'm going to keep HR88 out of the title. I'm going to call it, hey, y'all, let's shake your ass video stream. Shake your ass. Goddamn jigaboo, jigaboo. See what YouTube does with that one and shit. Yeah, the next stream is going to be called Jigaboo, I See You, and see if see what YouTube does with that, because obviously YouTube does not like this video right here. Like, they just really don't want people naming. I made the mistake of naming this video. Call your rep. Look at this shit. Look at what the video is called. Call your representative live. We will stop HR8800 Israeli military permanent pact. They like, nope.
That was a bit too descriptive, right?
You ain't gonna find this shit on YouTube. This motherfucking subscribers will not get any indication that he is live at all. Okay. That is
No, and
crazy.
It's true. It's true. Like I set notifications. I was revisiting the channel on and off, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe he's not ready. Maybe he's gonna reschedule it for a little bit later. And so when you called me, I'm like, wait, you're live? So that's why it caught me off guard. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I had to call you. That's the first. I had to call you, bro.
Yeah, no, it is a first.
I was like, what the
Usually
hell?
I'm on already.
Man, this is so. If you want people to see your YouTube video, don't ever call it. Call your representative live. We will stop HR8800 Israeli Military Permanent Pact. That's a real bill that's on the floor, that's about to hit the floor of Congress, and they will be having a vote. Legacy Media is not talking about this, and they're trying to give the Israeli government unfettered access to American taxpayer dollars, American taxpayer secrets, American citizens' secrets, defense secrets, and they want you buying their weapons now without Congress having any oversight. And every Republican on the committee voted for this to be inside of the next defense budget bill. Like, what is going on? So in any case, they suppressed this stream, so I'll just be back. We will be back. It will be 7 hours from now. That is 6 a.m. Central European time. That will make it 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, USA. That will make it 9 p.m. West Coast time. So I'll be back, y'all. I appreciate everybody. Catch up with you later in a few, Mike. Have a good day too. I appreciate you working out the lines for the calls too.
Right, and this is the progressiveness, and this is the progressive movement, right? This is what you have to do in order to get the change that you want without just talking, right? Without just talking, and galvanizing and encouraging everyone who views this live to do the same.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to be active. If you want something done, you got to do more than complain. You got to do more than complain. You got to do your civics. You got to be willing to engage on your civics. Your tax dollars is your civics. If you're paying taxes and you're not engaging these motherfuckers about your issues, don't you know that a war was fought for independence regarding taxation without representation? Take your representation serious. It is your life. It's the difference from you being a slave and a sharecropper to you having the things that every other person in a Western country has that you don't have right now. And that's a whole fucking lot. Like, our government takes our people as a fucking joke. And our people, stop taking yourselves as a joke. Stand up for yourselves. All right, I'll be back. We be back. See y'all. Peace.
Fuck your watch. There comes a time when
Fuck
man
Trump.
steps to the plate, but it won't matter if your mentality is fake. Where I'm from, we got a system overcrowded prisons. 2 cents an hour, man. Listen, shit don't change if we keep exploiting each other. One day you find out you only did it to your brother. A homeless mother, a baby, no supper. She got a husband and father, they both love her, but they can't find work cause the people with the power, they got a strange way to govern. Their price tag say nothing. Life is funny, then again it's really not. People dying for what other people got. I asked God if he can come and change the shit. He said, hell no, it's you that's gotta change this.
Every day the children dying. What about the children crying?
One. you own it. We got what you want, you can have it. We got what you need, you own it. We know what you want, we got it. We know what you feel, you own it. We got what you want, you can have it. Orientation in this place we call Earth. Love from conception, from your mom, your birth. Pops planted the seed in the turf. From there, you must find out what life is worth. Grew up learning your do's and don'ts. Before working on your motor skills, working on your coordination, right? And orientation to what? Your life. The brand new thing, so gentle the soul we're capturing. In this distance, the alphabets the kids sing. They celebrate when it's time to go outside. As you get older, you learn to let all the troubles in your life just glide away. Stay focused, keep it smooth, keep you cool. Things in life can make it get rude. If you let it, don't let it. 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 If you let it, let it, what? If you let it, don't let it, let it. If you let it, what? Don't let it. If you let it, don't let it, don't let it. We got what you need, you own it. We know what you want, we got it. We know what you feel, you own it. We got what you want, you can have it. We got what you need, you own it. We know what you want, we got it. We know what you feel, you own it. We got what you want, you can have it. We embark on this journey to your soul. We wanna have a good time. On this journey to your soul, we wanna have a good time. We do something that you know you can't deny. We're just slipping in and out on a journey, you and I, on a mission to salvation. Our spirit be our transportation. We think you'll do a little loving that is true. For real, we bring something that you know you can't deny. We're just slipping in and out on a journey, you and I. What? We got what you need, you own it. We know what you want, we got it. We know what you feel, you own it. We got what you want, you can have it. We got what you need, you own it. We know what you want, we got it. We know what you feel. From our harshest past and better than our society's identity. But then again, can you tell me that's free? They explain to you what your mind should perceive, suggest things they want you to believe, like your skin color dictates your race. They're calling you an idiot to your face, like life is much more simple than that. We're all slaves and the cards are stacked. While we fight over problems we can fix, industrialists turn our kids to addicts. The television does a job, introduce you. The radio's right there to seduce you, keep you locked on the wrong damn track. Cigarettes is just legalized crack. They want you to catch a damn heart attack. They want you to catch a damn heart attack. What? Stop believing in the flag, it's a trap. Cause men rule this world, that's a fact. They don't know, but I'm gonna make it right tonight. They don't lie, but I'm gonna spit it like I know. They don't know, that I'm gonna hit them with this shit. They don't lie, that you're gonna free your mind tonight. That you're gonna free your mind tonight. That you're gonna Not tonight, 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 tonight. If you see a man that needs help, then help a brother. If you see a sister on her own, still love her. Cause life is about how you choose to see it. But you gotta teach people how to learn to see it. The planet's been through suffering many times. We propagate many wars many times. The people need to wake up and stop accepting deceit from their own government's deception. You can't blame the people for needing protection from the government's bad reputation. We need to sing a song called Free the Nation. Cause we done had a whole lot of separation. Racism, classism, nationalism, based on keeping people out on the plantation. That's the plan, no doubt. Cause rich people got a plan, no doubt. If you still don't understand and believe that we are all one from the same mother, and respect each woman and man with the same consideration you would like to be given on a daily, then you need to retire so the new generation can take over and show you how to live and govern this place we call Earth home.